everybody, we're not muted anymore and everybody should be able to hear me. Hi. Welcome back tonight to the pigsty. Tonight is just going to be fucking about. I have no idea what we're doing. I'm in a good mood, wanted to hang out with some friends and have some fun, and did a poll, and according to the poll we're having a live reaction stream and we're all getting drunk. So Phoebe suggested that we watch Turf Wars live, and we all react to it. So I think we can all blame Phoebe and say that this is her fault if it all goes tits up and doesn't work out and nobody likes it. It's all Phoebe's fault. So we're going to go with that.
I'm already hated by enough people. It won't make any difference.
So as I say, we've been joined tonight by Phoebe. We've been joined tonight by the wonderful dog, one of the Patreons here at the channel. And we've been joined as well by Skeptic Skeleton. Interview here a couple of weeks ago. If you hadn't, wee channel starting out. And definitely give the man a sub. I'll try and remember to put everybody's links in the fucking chat afterwards. Probably won't. Search for them. You'll find them. It's quicker. So other than that, we're just waiting on Katie. That's the reason we were late. She was having technical difficulties. So if we were trying to copy her, if she's not live, we can't go live. So that's what it is. Other than that, giving her a chance to start off. How is everybody today? Are we all having a good day?
Well, it's been a weird day. Had good news, had strange news, and now I'm feeling very weird.
Well, do you want to tell us about the good news and we can focus on that?
I'm going back to university in January, funded by the government. So the government are paying me to go back to university. So yay!
You got a bursary, or they're doing something in work to do?
It's an actual funded course, so they're paying me enough money to live off of for the entirety of the course, and I don't need to pay it back.
Like a bursary?
It's a stipend. That's what they're calling it, a stipend.
They're calling it a stipend. Well, we called it a bursary. All right, fuck off. But that was for poor people. That's what, single parents get a bursary.
Let's not get a stipend.
Used to be grants and not loans.
Yeah, grants over loans, bursaries over loans, whatever the fuck they're called now. But right, what we'll do is we'll shout out to the chat. Thank you everybody for coming. We've got two different types of Jade in the chat. We've got Red Person on Tangelo, Angie. We've got Sandy, not Sadie, Sandy. And still four...
Without the sound, whatever Katie's doing now is very intriguing.
Exceptionally so.
Without sound, it's like all you saw was the top and middle part of Katie, and then she reached over for something, and it just looked very intriguing.
Mm-hmm. Pointing. Yes. Okay, right. Well, we'll let the audience see then what we're seeing as well, which is this. So, if Katie is watching, Katie, we're this sniping is all Phoebe's fault. It's all Phoebe's fault. We're sniping because of Phoebe. All right, we're sniping because of her. So yeah, we're going with that. I don't know if she's talking about anything yet.
She's talking about the book.
Rubbish.
Is that
So for the people who are unaware, this is a book written by Helen Joyce of The Economist about trans people, and it has been reviewed by Richard Dawkins and Jenny Murray, and has been endorsed by people who are rampantly anti-trans.
And it's called Trans. Courageous, intelligent, and important work rooted in... She changes the screen so we can't read anymore. Thanks, Katie. Appreciate it.
I think she's on to us.
Yeah. She knows. Dave's told her. Probably Dave's told her. So, Helen Joyce, this... Oh, she's still talking about the book.
Yeah.
Being accused of anti-Semitism now.
Because the book contains conspiracy theories in it regarding the transhumanist agenda of trans people, and references Jennifer Billock as a source.
Enlighten us.
So I'm confused. Is this book pro or anti-trans? Because I'm very confused at this point.
From my understanding, having not read the book and being based purely on the opinion of the sources that I have seen, it is incredibly anti-trans and is full of references that trans people are funded by Jewish billionaires, and that is my opinion based on what I have read.
So, what do you call that?
I see.
What do you call that? The white Jewish money that's behind everything. What do you call that guy?
Yes.
Yeah. They're all
George
evil.
Soros.
George Soros, yeah. So it's been funded by George Soros.
As a joke with Katie, because I am of Jewish extraction, I make jokes with her the time the Jewish money behind her, and someone actually took that literally over this book.
So let's make fun of them.
So that's why we're doing this. Okay, that makes sense. You're funding this, so that's what this is about. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
This is why it was Phoebe's idea, and Phoebe's here, and it's all her fault. She is the one funding all of this. All of this. The only thing I can agree, like, I do like the fact that she's got bees, or I think there are more wasps, though. She should change it to bees. Support the bees. The bees are dying. Everybody support your bees. Keep them and look after them.
Rampantly anti-mainstream this is.
Well, you know, can you text her and tell her to hurry up and get to the turf war stuff so we can react to it? See it as you're
This
running.
is part of it. This is the news section of Turf Wars. So she'll go through a couple of news items, and then she'll get to the... Today's theme is hashtag Katie Turf.
Katie Turf. Do you want to explain where it came about or how it came about, Phoebe? Or
So Katie Turf comes around because John Amici, the comedian, posted something saying freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences, or wording to that effect. And there was a dog pile on him from people who thought that it referenced people who are anti-trans, because we call them gender criticals and TERFs.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie jumps in, as she does with everything on Twitter, and in the crossfire, John Amici blocked her by mistake. So she then said, look, John Amici's blocked me. I like what he says. I like what he does. Can somebody get him to unblock me? And so the people in the UK who are anti-trans and anti-Katie jumped on this as her being some snowflake, all of this, and created the hashtag KatieTurf as a result to troll Katie.
Mm-hmm.
But then what happened was the next day, all of the pro-trans people and Katie hijacked the hashtag and got it trending in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And the results of that hashtag are what this episode is all about.
The series. There's 3 series, is there not? It's been
This
going.
is season 3, yes, episode 8.
So it's been going for quite a while.
Been going since before Christmas.
And there's 3 seasons already.
The first season was like a test season, so it's like a truncated season, and then there's usually 13 episodes in a season.
And
Well, when it's turf wars, was it turf fighting turfs?
TERF as in trans exclusionary radical feminist.
Yeah, I know it's all female, but is it turfs fighting turfs? Is that why it's called turf wars?
It's trans people fighting TERFs in the turf wars.
Right.
basically, Katie's going to go on to Twitter. She's going to find and disagree with a lot of people, and then she's going to put up their posts.
Anonymized.
And it is anonymous. I give it that. Yeah, it's anonymous. But the posts are up, and it's like, look at this silliness. Look at this stupidity. Stupid.
She's also going through the book at the moment, and the reactions from Twitter on the book, and she's currently pulling apart how ridiculous the book is at the moment, in her opinion. So Caitlin Burns is a freelance journalist from America.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hurry up, Katie. The whole point of my stream is to, like, come on.
We could react to what she's doing here, but you're choosing not to.
Well, it's the book, you know. It's go for it then, right?
Ox made a good chat. Are you against Katie,
she is
Phoebe?
straight and she
No, absolutely not.
No.
I consider Katie to be a friend of mine.
I adore her. I think she's great.
Yeah, no. Phoebe and Katie would be friends. We would all be friends here, like acquaintances to the point, like.
Remember, Phoebe is sponsoring this, so we probably should actually watch the review of the book and stuff, since she's going out of her way to sponsor it.
Cis women are the biggest group that supports trans rights. Most cis women support trans rights. Most people who oppose them are cis men. And also, you know, when you're listing a group of people who are funding something, whatever you're claiming they're funding, LGBT rights causes internationally, then you should probably get all of the funding money from like a whole.
They're talking about you now, Phoebe.
And then look at like
Yes, they are.
Whether it's trans or cis, male or female, or what
I'm here.
races supporting them, what countries,
Thank you for joining,
all those
Jupiter.
kinds of
I don't
things.
think you've ever had an
Analysis
experience of turf wars, but
rather than just picking up
I don't know
three names in
what,
particular.
why you keep calling them terms when obviously they're
so
called
this
farts.
is a journalist from Trans Safety Network has pointed out that
You're going to have to tell the
humans
audience
having-
the difference here.
Oh no, they're the same thing. Hold on, let me go find it.
Here we go. We're on to actual turf war stuff now.
billionaires have donated
Oh,
to Stonewall
a
or
fart is a
Mermaid.
feminism appropriating reactionary transphobe. The same shit. Or a shart, I mean, it's the same fucking shit to me.
assholes.
Exactly.
Assholes.
That's the
Does
same
get some
thing.
funding from George Soros's campaign. is
Human Rights
male
Campaign
GA.
are doing it only, or you got a
which is
reference.
another
What about
LGBT rights group.
IGYLO?
Again, this isn't a trans group.
What the
Mermaids
fuck's
are a trans group, but none of the
IGYLO?
groups here discussed are trans
The
groups.
International
That's the
Gay
first time I
Lesbian
heard that
Youth
term.
Organisation. The International Gay Lesbian Youth Organisation.
What are you talking about?
IGLO.
IGLO.
I
Is
know
that
that
what it's
one.
called?
IGLA, the International Lesbian and Gay Association.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they're against modest donations.
Again, modest donations offset his tax bill. So they're claiming George Soros funds IGLO and ILGA.
Portion of your wealth for
IGLO, IGLA.
making yourself look good is garbage.
People need to start using words and not synonyms.
It's disgusting.
I'm gonna start using
Acronyms.
phrases
Not
instead of
synonyms,
Acronyms.
LOL, LMAO.
Not English pig. Not English
Lol.
pig.
Make you upset.
LMFAO. Ruffle.
Wow.
Ruffle. Ruffle is my favorite.
Ruffle.
I just called them dicks. They're just,
COMG.
you know.
Anyway,
Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Where's my water?
Are three names that
Complaining about being blocked. Right. Twitter's opinion, okay? While she's going on in that. Yeah, I'd like to get people's opinion. I haven't heard skeptics or dogs. I know Phoebe's, and I have a rough idea of what Jupiter's is. Your views on Twitter, it's like you're definitely going to be able to find things to react to on Twitter because that is the entire point of Twitter.
So
Oh no,
most of
Twitter's
the
just a
day-
shithole.
I'm sorry, most of today has just been reacting to this Freedom Day and all the COVID idiots have come out of woodwork and posting all sorts of nonsense.
Freedom Day.
It's
That's
what
what
they're
they call
calling
them.
it July the 19th in the UK as England has removed most of its COVID restrictions.
Yeah. Stupidly.
Considering yesterday we had 47,599 new cases and the hospitals are expecting 1,000 cases a day to start with. We're going to have morgues on, temporary morgues on the street corners again. That's how it's going to go. The hospitals are going to be over. And we're going to go back to lockdown because of these idiots. We're having parties and just carrying it on, passing it around.
I
It's
would
sad.
call it a hype. I'm sorry, I'm reading chat and talking out loud. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I got my second injection on Saturday, or my first injection on Saturday. I have to wait to the 28th of August, I think it is, before I can get my second.
As I said, why are you holding some rando's card? Just because he has the same name as you, you've got some rando's card.
It's fucking my name, bitch!
I said, just because they got the same name as you, just pick up some rando's card. Ooh, yeah, photograph that. Oh, yeah, no, you can have it back now, mate.
Well, it was very difficult to get a picture taken of the actual injection because it was like, I had the child on one knee and the nurse there, and then she's trying to talk to me, and it was like, no.
Here we go.
Oh, look at it. Males are so ignorant. Females go into heat once a month. Our breasts swell. We get sexually aggressive. Our egg probably becomes available. Fertilization for a few days. Did you not know that?
females go into heat
So-
once per month.
Hello, Pot. Get up and lay down.
We can sexually aggressive.
Yeah.
Egg becomes available
So-
for fertilization.
Basically, this is a gender critical person pointing out that you can't be a woman unless you can get pregnant. Basically, yes.
Wasn't this the one that J.K. Rowling went down?
It's some J.K. Rowling shit.
Yeah, it's recycled J.K. Rowling stuff. Yeah.
And we all know that she's an actual fart. Just the queen of all sharts.
I'm
really.
sure that other people have made the point that you can't be a woman unless you can get pregnant before. I bet you it's not just J.K. Rowling that said that.
But she popularized it.
Yeah.
She's a person who's famous, so she's being blamed for it. But I've heard that argument before years ago.
Yeah, it's a common
Trope.
That's the word.
I got a word right.
It's a common trope that has been amplified once again. This time by J.K. Rowling.
I actually didn't know J.K. Rowling said that. That's interesting.
She said a lot of things that annoyed a lot of trans people.
Yeah, she has not got a good reputation of being friendly to the trans community.
Yeah, we don't like Harry Potter anymore.
No, but a lot of women have been discriminated against at work because of their large gametes and XX chromosomes. Women have been subjected to FGM, domestic violence, sexual assault, trafficking, and infanticide because of their large gametes and XX chromosomes.
You just lost a shit. What the fuck is it?
Like, as Ox points out,
what about talking to me like how you talk to me?
What about women who are born and not able to give birth? Are they then less of a woman? You know, that's...
According to the arguments, they're not actually women, if you take it to the extreme.
Yeah. That's the point. So that proves the fallaciousness of the argument.
Yeah.
I have a question. How do people have access to other people's gametes and XX chromosomes? Because I don't. I kind of just look at people. I didn't know there was a database where you could go and just look up any given person's chromosomes and then make an interpretation of their gender. I must have missed that.
Because they're reaching.
Not just reaching.
Fabio made a good joke. The very first thing he looks at when checking a CV is how big is your XX chromosomes.
Well, I look at the XX
how big are your gametes and if you have XX chromosomes?
I look at XX chromosomes and think, was Jesus trans?
Was that beard just a cover?
Jesus was a white guy. Did you not know that?
Oh my fucking god.
But he only had female genes in his body, so...
The white Jesus says the bourgeois.
But he wore a dress and casual sandals, Robbie.
Pardon?
He wore a dress and casual sandals, and he had a foot fetish. He loved washing men's feet. That's a woman.
So we're not going to talk about the white Jesus says the bourgeois then?
Well, Hollywood Jesus, the 6'4", blue-eyed, ripped hippie. Yeah, and no, we won't talk about him. We'll talk about the 5 foot Middle Eastern Muslim guy. He's a lucky guy.
Jesus, according to the books, was a Jewish man, not a Muslim man, because Islam came later.
Yeah. 700 years after Christianity, I think.
Yeah, 700 years after Christianity,
Yep.
Islam came along. Judaism came along a lot earlier, about 3,500 years before Christianity.
Yeah, but if you
Yes.
take the people who grew up in that neck of the woods, they will be a brown colour, and they would have been short back in the Bronze Age.
BBC
Very
did
short.
I think it was the BBC did a documentary on what someone would look like from that era, and they did an actual representation and made an actual model, and yeah, it's not Hollywood Jesus. No. Women are reclaiming the public square.
Baroness Nicholson.
Right, what's this about?
So, on the 1st of August, Baroness Nicholson and a load of other people who agree with her are going to Speaker's Corner, and they're having what they're calling a reclamation of the public square. And Katie suggested that a trans person or a trans activist go and stand behind them with a sign.
Oh, I've seen this, yes.
A rolling feed of Baroness Nicholson's voting record on minority rights and women's rights and equality legislation. And apparently, a load of people who agree with Baroness Nicholson have come along and said, this is aggressive. You're going to cause harm to somebody who's nearly 80. And Katie has been, but I just said, stand there silently and just hold the sign.
Yeah, I did see one interaction that she had with a person where she said that. They then said about encouraging violence. She said, no, I'm not encouraging violence. And they're like, well, if there's violence, I'm going to use every power within the law to hold her accountable for the violence at the protest, when she did just suggest putting a sign behind them with...
Yeah. And here we go.
Yeah, there's it there.
There it is there. So someone should go stand behind Baroness Nicholson in silence, holding a sign with a voting record and opinion on gay and lesbian people, and then when she speaks at this gender critical picnic thing.
Right, you know, hold on. You're instantly assuming that the person is gender critical because they have a problem with the protesting. They may not have a problem. I'm just saying, having a problem with the way she's talking about protesting isn't automatically making them gender critical.
I understand that. I understand.
Yeah. They just have a problem with Katie, probably. And we could probably go down that route and all the rest of it, and it turns out that they probably will be. But we can't just make that statement. They just... Katie's getting an awful lot of backlash from people because of her pushing out and being more of an activism. And that's what's going to happen. The more you get out there and the more that you promote yourself, people will start to see you. People will then give you shit just for the dislike of you.
Like Katie openly said, the more nonsense and shit she gets, the more it's just fuel for her.
Yeah, it's fuel for the show, which is what I was trying to make earlier with the Twitter, you know. There are always Twitter bits. Does she get anything from Facebook? Does she get anything from anywhere else that's a social platform?
She does get things from places like Mumsnet and stuff.
What the fuck's Mumsnet?
You don't know what Mumsnet is? Mumsnet is an internet forum.
Me neither.
Okay. I have to be careful that I don't get this wrong.
Right.
This
is all your fault, Phoebe, so, you know.
Yes, I'm being blamed for this from Kingdom Come and back. I could probably go to Tim Munch.
Well, you're making money off of this with your book, so you're fine.
Yeah.
My book all of a sudden. Wow. Dark Helen Joyce royalties. But yes, Mumsnet is an internet forum site which is ostensibly for mothers who go and talk to other mothers, but it is notoriously known for being a place where conspiracy theories about trans people and lesbians and gay people and bisexuals and other minorities are spread. Graham Linehan is known to be somebody who frequents Mumsnet or did frequent Mumsnet and cites Mumsnet a lot in his Substack.
As Kat has pointed out, Mumsnet is one of her favourite things to do while they're drunk for laughs. You know,
I don't exactly know what that is.
Seems like a forum of mothers who are
It's
assholes.
a forum of mainly mothers. Well, the intention was for it to be mainly mothers to talk about issues around being a mum. But it then devolved into what it currently is today, which is not that, and it is...
transphobic nonsense.
It used to be Facebook but for mothers, or like Reddit for mothers, but now it's just a shithole.
Conspiracy farm, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. That's fantastic. That's just great. I love it. I'm sarcastic.
Phoebe, I don't know if I might actually do this, but Nerdy's trying to trigger the bot to make a note about Phoebe's book, so I may add a command and it may be official in the pig bot that Phoebe has a book out now.
You're going to force me to write a book now, just so that I can say, look, I really do have a book out.
It doesn't have to be a long book. You can write a short book. We'll even let it be for kids, and we'll let you go with that. You know, a nice, easy book. Right. Someone should go stand. Need to be clear that these people are, to everyone, there would be photos. Inciting stalking, that's stupidity. I don't see why there would be stalking from standing behind them with a sign.
What the person is equating somebody turning up to a publicly advertised public event as stalking.
It's Twitter. People say things to get a reaction. They're anonymous behind the keyboard, most of them, and they don't care. And if they dislike you, they'll say things. Like, is this not Twitter?
It is and it isn't.
It's an absolute bum fight, Robbie. They will be controversial because they are incels. They just want that attention while they sit in their mum's basement.
Here's the next one. Or this person heckling and silencing of an almost 80-year-old woman at Speaker's Corner. So they're claiming that standing behind somebody in silence is silencing Baroness Nickel.
I think, right, now that's just being, that's really on the words specific. Where it's Twitter, you're limited, there's no nuance. See, that's the thing with Twitter as well. You have to make your point in the most blunt, straight up way so you can get into your certain amount of characters, which is going to come across as an asshole sometimes. Like, this is the problem I have. I'm not an asshole, I just sound like one. I say things bluntly. An argument could
I agree with this.
No,
No, I was just saying, I agree with this. The character limit on Twitter doesn't give you the ability to go into the depth of conversations that you really need to for a lot of these things. Yeah. So you have to try to summarize a really complex position in 150 characters, and that's really easy to be misinterpreted. And if it's misinterpreted by thousands of people, you have thousands of threads and rabbit holes where you have to go down and try to correct. And it's just way too much sometimes.
And I'm going to ask a question. Could an argument be made that standing there with a giant sign while someone's trying to be talking to could be referred to as heckling?
It depends on the definition of the word heckling.
That's what but an argument could be made.
Potentially.
Yeah, I think
Speaker's Corner. So Speaker's Corner is a place where you are known to have people go there, and you are known to have people that will go and stand behind people they know to be there as well.
Yeah.
So if you're going to Speaker's Corner, this is not like out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. So this is a normal heckling thing that people do at Speaker's Corner. So you're in agreement that she's asking for the normal. If we use, that distractionary thing, you're in agreement that she did ask for heckling at Speaker's Corner under the definition that we've used for heckling.
It could be interpreted as that, yes.
Yes.
If you are referring as heckling as somebody making vocal noises, then no.
No. But as we just had in the conversation, this is a normal style of heckling at Speaker's Corner.
Yes.
So she is actually asking for the normal type of heckling that would be expected.
Yes, but she's not asking for silencing.
No. I didn't know. I'm not agreeing with that part.
Just for skeptic benefit, Speaker's Corner is a place at Hyde Park where people can practice free speech. And obviously there is heckling a lot, because a lot of them do talk nonsense, and they are activists. Obviously, if they feel the need to stand on the street and shout their beliefs, which a lot of them are rubbish.
Yeah.
But they don't. The whole world has gone to a point where you're afraid to say hi to a stranger in the street now, because you're infringing on their human rights. That's how it's going to go. People are going to be quiet. And the 6-foot rule of social distance now is going to go to 30 foot, so you don't interact with anybody in case there's going to be a fight or whatever. Something
that Skeptic pointed out earlier on his stream was, with free speech comes I'm just going to paraphrase you, man, you can clarify me on it, but like, with free speech comes consequences. You're entitled to say what you want, but people are also entitled to disagree with you.
Absolutely.
Precisely. That's very much the point that I was making. Heckling and things of that nature, as distasteful as one might personally find them, are still expressions of free speech. Mm-hmm. So you're allowed to say what you want, but people are allowed to say what they want in response, and they are allowed to interpret what you say and then respond in kind. If you can speak, they can speak back, basically. And how that speech occurs varies, but if you can speak, then you should expect some sort of backlash from your speech.
This is a Mumsnet post.
Right, let's see this. 3 scenarios. Does anyone ever wonder how this will end? 3 scenarios. Women lose That's just insane. And we
If
end
you
up
put the
living.
sound on, Katie will read it out.
Well, my voice is better. Sultry and
He's not wrong.
sultry and sexy, you know. I'll just not be able to read the bits behind her head. But anyway, women lose, and we end up living in some nightmarish high-tech version of ancient Rome, where women and children is a subhuman resource to be exploited in any way and a man wants at any given moment. And this is in reference to like a trans issue. Maybe. I'll just... You good? You good? Women lose and end up on a high some night. Blah, 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 blah. Is this a trans issue? Are they talking about that in reference? Do you know?
I'm not. I haven't seen. This is the first time I've seen this one.
Discriminated from employment and things, you know, so they can actually live somewhere. Like,
The mass quietly dies down in
women
every
into
kind of
subhuman
pretense that
resources.
was ever a thing, and in fact it was only feminists
It's
making a fuss that
ridiculous.
caused all the
Every
misunderstanding in the
single
first
thing I'm
place.
fighting against the patriarchy to get. And the patriarchy is the thing that's trying
Gender
to turn women
ideology,
into a subhuman class,
society
which it
slowly
has done
starts
in
to
the
listen
past.
to women,
Oh,
and
here we go. Due to the rise of gender ideology,
Number two,
society
the mass
slowly starts
hysteria.
to listen to
I
women
wonder who that's
and the
from.
horrors.
Quietly dies down
She was just about to read it.
of pretense. This
letting
was
you
never
read
a
it.
thing, and in fact, it was only those nasty feminists making a fuss that caused all this misunderstanding in the first place. So, I mean, well, let's read note number 3 first. Due to the sheer insanity of gender ideology, society slowly starts to listen to women. Listen to women. Well, I think if society listened to women, then it would see that most women support trans rights. They support gender ideology. And so that's actually kind of what's going to happen. But anyway, and the horror of the unfairness wakes up to everyone, to women's humanity and gender stereotypes, and finally totally abandoned, and we all live happily ever after. So this whole thing is just so like culty.
Well, okay, that kind of ran off the rails at the
what
very
do you-
end there.
What do you think? The majority of society, so the ideal gender.
right, again, the majority of society. This isn't majority of society. This is this particular forum which we just discussed is known for this sort of thing.
Yes.
So you're going to expect to see this. I don't know. I just have my opinion of the sort of ideas of picking on people because they disagree with you.
I can see an exposure of these kinds of things to people so that people don't get into a sense of security that these things aren't out there. Because there is a problem that if these things are left alone, that you could end up with people becoming radicalized.
Oh no,
So
I understand.
shining a light on where the radicalization is potentially occurring is actually, in my opinion, a fairly good thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something similar to what the reference I made with politicians. You know, if you're an elected official and you're a politician, you're put up there, you have to agree with the one thing that everybody voted you in. So one person does this, one person agrees to this, one person agrees to this. The politician has to agree with all three of them. You know, so you have Katie going out here, and Katie is interacting with all these people. Intentionally, so to speak. She, you know, this is on Twitter doing her thing, and she's having all the interactions that the people in the audience have had. I've had this reaction, I've had this reaction, I've had this interaction, and Katie's had all three. Yes? No? Nobody agree with me? Dead silence?
Nobody's
don't
disagreeing with you either. I'm still processing what you're saying.
I don't know what you said. I zoned
Right.
the
Well,
fuck out.
Katie is the presenter. Katie is going through all these interactions that she has had. Katie has had, for talk's sake, 50 interactions this week, which is why we have got the show. The people on her, people in the audience, have had interactions that are similar, but they've only had 1 or 2 that they can relate to. But another person will have a different 1 and 2 that they can relate to. But Katie, being out and being so wide spoken about this, has had the same interaction that she can relate to with her entire audience.
I mean, Katie is nigh on 45,000 followers on Twitter at the moment and follows just over 2,300 people. That's as of Monday, July the 19th.
Yeah, so she has a lot of interactions on Twitter. Yeah.
Well, I've just sent her a message in chat. Can she say hi to your channel? As we review the Genius. Let's just see if she says hi.
She specifically won't respond to anything during the stream, but somebody like Dave may very well do.
Cat's I'm an American, so I'd probably be at a weird time for me. I don't sleep at all, Cat. It's fine. I'm running basically on an Eastern Standard Time anyway. It's fine.
Sleep is for other people. Sleep is for other people.
Yeah, who needs sleep? We don't need sleep. Right, next one. Years ago, you've just been called a bit camp as a man or a bit butch as a girl. Now you have gender dysphoria. The regressive classification expression makes guilty patients of bright, something independent souls and makes their specialness a burden. Well, gender dysphoria, I think, was always a thing. I think he's making a very broad brush. You can't, and as I say, in my day, you would have been referred to as a bit camp or more referred to as a tomboy. You know, than a bit butch as a girl. But that doesn't necessarily mean that person either suffers from dysphoria or has no, I disagree with that. Nobody else? No? Disagree with the thread?
It's a thing that they put all of the things in inverted commas. It's as if none of them are actually things that are things they disagree with, because it's like, oh, I'm making these observations, so therefore, as a man, a bit camp, a bit butch, gender dysphoria, as if they're all things that don't actually exist.
Oh, well, I give you that with the speech comments. That's something that you could interpret. When I use speech comments, sometimes I'm trying to do, not that, I'm trying to maybe segment something or whatever. Again, it comes down to the understanding with Twitter. But I don't think that I would put someone who's a bit camp or a bit butch necessarily has gender dysphoria. It's a, what's the word? Dichotomy. It's a false dichotomy. Would that be right?
It is a false dichotomy. Yeah. GNC, as you can see, means gender non-conforming.
Right.
So it just, for the benefit of the chat, for the people who weren't...
Clarify that. Not as dangerous. Pretty much other demographic. Outside Central and South America, trans people are... the safest? Is that going to say the safest or what demographic category in the world? It is going to say the safest. Well, that's just wrong. Blatantly, absolutely.
How could you possibly know that? Like, I really want to know how you determine the safety of everywhere on Earth and then determine that this particular location was safer than other locations. Not saying you can't do it, but I find it very interesting that this person is making that claim.
It is a very interesting claim because it says outside Central and South America, so they're including places like Asia, which includes places like North Korea.
I was going to say, yeah, you get the Middle East there.
Africa as well, which doesn't have some of the nicest and most open things to LGBT people in the world. So I'm pretty sure that Africa isn't, as a whole, from my understanding, the safest place for me to go. And I'm pretty sure places in Asia wouldn't be too friendly of me either. So if I was to head out to North Korea and start shouting about my gender identity, I don't think the authorities in North Korea would keep me around for very long.
Giving out free samples of your videos. 3-minute bits here.
But videos now as well as a book. Good grief.
Well, you do have videos.
But NSFW...
Exactly. Start handing them out in North Korea. See how long you last.
Would I last longer handing them out? Or would I last longer handing out Bibles in North Korea?
Go to Uganda. See how you are then. According to MathPig. Who is MathPig? I know who MathPig is. I guarantee I know who fucking MathPig is. Damn ox. Right. Well, they're clearly false. So we've done we're done. Katie, move on to the next one. We're finished with this one. This person's just wrong. It's just blatantly wrong.
And 2 others is the thing that I like. So they've replied to somebody and 2 others.
replying to someone and to others could also be the fact that the original post tagged 2 people in that this person does not know.
I now want to know who this person to others is.
No, but is that not a function of Twitter?
Yes, it is. I'm making a joke that someone's name is to others.
Oh, I'm just clarifying because I don't understand Twitter that much, so I'm making sure that I'm correct in what I'm saying.
Yes, you are correct.
But don't forget, transsexuality will be a massive uphill struggle for a long, long time. For equality, you've got a bit religion, and obviously the other trans folk and these TERFs now. I mean, there's shows like the TV show. There was one on Channel 4 a few years ago called The Man Who Gave Birth. And it was just a pre-op trans.
Yes, I remember that one. The guy with the beard, the wee goatee and stuff and all that. But
yeah,
again, with TV shows.
He take the testosterone and whatever. He was on AC. He was doing his HR, his hormone replacement treatment, and he grew a bit. But he still had the female genitalia still, and he gave birth. The big.
I have to jump in here for the benefit of the audience. Female to male and male to female, lower and other medical interventions are vastly different, and there are vastly different standards of what you can achieve as a male to female and as a female to male. So just pointing that out, that it is a much more complex set of surgeries that takes a lot longer if you're going from female to male and you want lower surgery than going from male to female.
This is what
but Phoebe,
I want to ask Phoebe a question if I can.
The 2 people talking.
No, go on ahead, Doug.
Sorry.
No, go on ahead, Doug.
I was just going to say, do you not find shows like that inciting to it creates transphobia?
It can do, yes, because the way that it portrays people can be a way that's not the most helpful. I haven't seen the show you're talking about, so I can't comment directly on that show. But
you see, I
can understand the point.
I've seen bits and bobs of it, right? And it was years ago, and I'm remembering bits and bobs. So if I'm wrong in my statements, I'm not making an opinion. I'm giving an opinion. We'll watch back. I could be wrong. But from what I've seen of it, it was going through, as Doug says, discussing him going through the hormone therapy and his relationship with another person and this, that, and the other and all the rest of it. And it went through the person. The title, A Man Gives Birth, is clickbait, same as the internet or whatever. But Phoebe, do you have any issues with that as, without sounding like an asshole here? Is it a man giving birth or is it a trans man?
Yes, a trans man is a man, full stop.
Exactly. So there you are. So it's clickbait. We were in agreement when I said it, but
Exactly.
Well, the fact that the title is, as we have agreed, the trans men are men, and the fact that the title is A Man Giving Birth is correct.
It is factually correct, yes.
Yes, it's factually correct, and depending on how the show...
The thing that gets me, though, is does it need to be news? Does it need to be a documentary?
Right. Now, if it was portrayed in the correct way, would it not be helpful for general media to accept that men and trans men are the same, and this is just the way things are, and to portray this and go, look, this guy's normal,
having not seen the show, I can't make any determination.
Exactly, yeah. But I, from what I remember, it wasn't portrayed in any way evil. It was more of a documentary of this man who had, I think, actually hit the sun or something like that and got popular, in one of the fucking newspapers. Now, the newspaper...
I'm not certain of who it is, but I think that this may be the same person who ended up going to court to try to change...
Yeah, it was caught in the paper.
Male or female, whether they were the mother or the father, but I'm not certain on that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was picked up by a newspaper and then Channel 4 did a show about it.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's down the route it went. It wasn't portraying... If I'm wrong, again, as I said, it was years ago in bits and bobs, but, from what I remember of it, it wasn't portraying the main character and his partner in anything evil or transphobic.
Wasn't sensationalist.
No, it was just, look, this is the crack. This has been in the newspaper. We're now going to do a show on it, a documentary on it to give you some more information.
Yes. So apparently, according to this person, Katie is a moron, and I know why you think trans is a thing. Oh, we lost that one.
Yeah, I'd seen this diagram earlier, which I quite like, actually.
I quite like that diagram, yeah.
Yeah, the diagram itself, out of this context, because the person, again, is fucking wrong. But, it's a nice diagram.
Right. So, yes, I wonder why they think trans people are real. Curious face.
Yeah, she's just not giving us.
Diagram.
I wonder why they
Well,
think.
I responded on Twitter to Katie for this, and I said, all the points in that pyramid. Well, I said, get away from it. It's a pyramid scheme as a joke, but all the points in that pyramid are equal. They're not. None are more. None are transcendent from the other. They're all equal statements, whether people agree with them or not. I didn't, unfortunately, or fortunately.
I don't want to completely change the subject, but before we get too far, I wanted to address the I guess the show documentary that everyone was referencing.
Yeah.
My big thing in terms of for someone who is, I guess, trans or an ally of the trans community or something along those lines, it makes sense why someone like that would care about such a documentary. But if you really disagreed with it that strongly, I don't understand why you would invest so much time and energy into hating it per se. Like, if it's one of those things that seems relatively inconsequential to me, whether or not Anne can or can't give birth, why are you going out of your way to harass specific people or put in movement against it? Doesn't really matter. Is it really worth the fight? That thing. I agree on the intellectual points that, as far as from what I remember of seeing it, because I did see it, but it was a long time ago. I remember seeing it. I didn't have any problems with it. It seemed accurate in terms of the way that it portrayed what a man is.
Is anyone else's audio cutting in and out, or is that just me?
No.
I can hear the audio cutting in and out as well.
Please.
They should turn their gain down on their mic too.
I was trying. Yeah, I tried to turn their volume down ever so slightly. That may have done it. That's mine. I'm removing him, bringing him back. How's that work? Refresh, Skeptic. Refresh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's roboting for the chat. Yeah, it's probably my fault because I fucked about with you. If you can, man, turn your mic down ever so slightly. Yeah, that's probably my fault. I tried to turn his mic down.
No.
Well, the moment I touched it broke. But anyway.
Back to this tweet. This tweet is a reference to the Bell v. Tavistock case, which restricted the ability to get gender-affirming treatment and hormone blockers on the NHS. But we've now moved on.
Well, Debbie is one, and I live in a small town. Only worked with one trans person, blah, in my life, and she transitioned in blah. She's dead against it. It can be 99%. Blah, blah, blah. I know in one real life at least 10 UK blah trans women online. Move your head, kitty. Do you know of this one, Phoebe? Can you give us context? This is just moving on from the previous one, isn't it? This is part of the thread.
Debbie is referring to Debbie Hayton here, who is a prominent columnist in things like The Spectator, who is a trans woman who comes out against a lot of the things trans people are generally fighting for. And as far as I'm aware, this person is making a claim that they've met one trans person and no Debbie Hayton exists, so therefore every other trans person is wrong.
I would say I would trans ally. I know lots of trans people and stuff like that as best I can. We try and be free and fair to everything here. And but I have known of one story. It was on the Non Sequitur show. If anybody remembers it. And there was a trans man on it that got puberty blockers at a young age, who now later on in life regrets it. You know, so there is the existence of this that does happen.
Detransitioners exist, regressors exist, but it doesn't mean that they are
the mainstream,
a representative sample. It doesn't mean that because I'm a binary trans, it doesn't mean I'm a representative sample of all trans women.
No, that's exactly what I was. The point I was making. Yeah,
and I was just reinforcing your point.
Oh, I know you just have to because you're an ego, but you know.
Of course I do. I every time somebody gives me a compliment, I frame it and hang it up somewhere in my ego.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll get lots of them. We all love Phoebe. I just hope Kate
doesn't, turn around to me and say,
hold on, Skep. Give Skeptic a chance to test his audio.
Okay, how's my...
Still roboting.
Is it better? Still roboting. I have no idea what it is. I actually changed internet routers, so because I thought that was messing up.
Unfortunately, you are junk shopping like madman.
Change your audio.
I'll use it. I'll do the chat because I guess this isn't working.
Yeah. Welcome to try again, man. Have a fuck about with the settings or something. You're welcome to come back. You've got the link if you get it sorted, or come back, hang about, and give us an opinion every now and again. It's good to have you here, man. I appreciate your input. I was looking forward to it after your stream earlier.
Okay, I don't know if anyone can hear me. I'm gonna go lay out, turn my computer off, and come all the way back in.
Perfect. Even on your mobile, man, if you've got a mobile, just come in on your mobile and talk, because you're iconed anyway. We can do, no camera, we're grand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it all works out. Anyway, back to this. Phoebe, help me. I've totally lost my trail of thought now. Come on, help.
We were talking about representatives.
Yeah.
Detransitioners and regressors not being representatives.
One person.
Me as a binary trans woman not being representative.
Yeah, it's basically there's always an exception to the rule. In general terms, obviously not with mathematics, but there's always the exception to the rule. It doesn't prove the fucking thing. It doesn't mean that everybody's the same.
Katie, can you zoom in for us so that we can read this?
I can
you
read
might
it.
need her to read this.
I can read it. I have a beautiful voice. Detransitioners, does anyone speak to them? Katie is, yes, I've spoken to loads of detrans and retrans. Have you not? Of course, as always, this is a deflection. How many trans kids have you spoken to? Loads, Katie. Oh, by the way, I didn't like the way this guy went down. He just fucking shot off. I seen this thread earlier as well. The point is not addressed from either side. He just said no, neither from either side. He asked about one question. She said no, or she said yes, sorry, and then back and forth, and neither person answered anybody's question.
Well, Katie does answer his question because there is a definite yes and then a comma. And then she says that she's spoken with detrans and retrans people. So she says she's spoken with both.
Okay, right. Again, the limitations of Twitter. Do you think that person just wanted a yes or no answer, or do you want think that person wanted, the conversation that's being had?
Well, I think if they wanted more than a yes or no answer in the next one, they go, okay, who?
I just don't like Twitter. I don't know. Jim, hi Jim. Thanks for joining, Jim. If you'd like to jump in, Skeptic Skeleton seems to have had some audio issues, Jim. So if you would like to jump in, have I got the link in post? I do. Jim, Atheist Edge. Jim's fun. Jim's an ex-Marine, likes to get drunk, and was very funny. Oh, I let Jim tell the own story, but Jim basically let a secret go on a stream that was just to my Patreons for 4 people watching, and then woke up the next morning, sobered up, and realized, and then tweeted it out to everybody because he thought that everybody knew, and it was like, no, Jim, only 4 people knew, but now everybody knows.
4 people plus the world.
I kind of want to know, but it's not my business.
I'll tell you after, but it's not my business to make it public knowledge, but I'll tell you after.
It's not your business to make it public knowledge, even though the person made it public knowledge themselves.
I was about to
I
say.
understand that.
But people have to
Just
go
tell
and look
me-
for it. Like, I could tell people to go look for my mother on Twitter, and my mother still has not changed her fucking surname on her @. Thanks, Mum. Still doxing me, Okay, Jim said it
Here's the
himself.
thing, though, we need to work
Jim
out
did
who
porn.
your mother is first.
There you go. Jim did porn to put himself through college. There you are. Anyway, back to Katie. Yeah, this.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't care about that. I want to know what disc golf is.
It's golf, but instead of a golf ball, it's a frisbee.
Oh, I know, and you've got a target you've got to aim for. And...
Yeah, it's literally, you're just flicking a frisbee into a goalpost.
Or you're picking on Jim now. I think that sounds like a sci-fi game though, from a movie or something, where people threw discs. Or am I just obsessed with Tron?
Yeah, I think you're just obsessed with Tron.
Not Troon, that was trending. Troon has been trending on Twitter.
It has!
Oh.
It has, because there's been a golf competition going there at Royal Troon.
Right, well, going back to this, right? Katie is addressing
Okay.
the CP24 thing, and she just said, "LOL, we both know that is a lie," and then back to her original question.
Fucking. Oh my god, it really is.
Did you just have to look up to see that Troon was actually trending on Twitter?
Me? No, I was looking at the chat, laughing at Cat, where it says, "My mum is
No, the
doxing
person
me."
who's giggling.
Oh, that's stupid. Stupid.
It really was.
Oh yes, it really was.
I hate that word so much.
What is true?
There is a golf course called Royal Troon.
No.
Here we go. Here is the origins of Katie Turp. Let Katie take it away, Robbie.
I find more fun to laugh at you, Phoebe. This has been great.
I'm unbound. So, this is a man called John, who has no BE, and
know what?
he is posting a screenshot and having an opinion. John's screenshot says, "You can say whatever you want in almost every context and environment. However, freedom of speech does not equal freedom from the consequences of speech. It does not mean blanket immunity for public callousness or rank stupidity. Invariably, when people complain about their speech being curtailed, what they're really complaining about is being held accountable for what they say."
Yeah, that's what me and Skeptic were saying earlier. You know, free speech comes with
I agree with
consequences.
that.
Everyone's
True.
entitled to it.
And then he says,
This
"A
is
PSA,
the
public service
kernel of
announcement,
the hashtag Katie
for
Turp.
those who fear that they can't
I've
say
seen this
anything
guy been
about
liked
it.
and posted
Freedom
a
of
few
speech does
times,
not
and I
equal
haven't
freedom
followed
from
him myself, but I've seen a lot of good
invariably,
reports
blah, blah, blah.
about him.
He's a nice guy, from what I understand.
Yeah, yeah. On
Um,
Twitter.
So, you might notice from his picture, John is a black man, and he is also a gay man. And I gathered from
Colour of his skin has
posting
nothing to
this
do with the
that
fact of what
he's,
we're talking about.
you
Him
know,
being gay,
he's-
maybe
he's
yes, but the
probably
colour of his skin don't
experienced both
matter.
those things. He's like a good campaigner for
How's your audio now, Skeptic?
people and people of color.
I got
Um,
headphones now, so
and
I'm on my
he's
phone.
obviously experienced this.
Does it
Oh.
work?
I've
Is everyone hearing me?
The best it's been all night,
experienced
man.
homophobes saying this, experienced
Okay.
transphobes saying
From
this,
now on, I think
I've
when I
seen,
do streams,
you
I'm
know,
just going to do
racists
this
saying
because
this too.
audio issues are
It's
about.
just a
But
generic.
anyway, carry on.
I
To
think
quote
what
Bret
we're
Hart, it's the
talking
best
about-
there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be.
There ever will be.
Basically, Katie is reinforcing what we said earlier, Skeptic. This particular guy, John, I will not try to pronounce. Amici is made a statement that you can say whatever you want in almost every context and environment. However, freedom of speech does not equal freedom from the consequences of speech. It does not mean blanket immunity from public callousness of rank of stupidity. Invariably, when people complain about their speech being curtailed, what they really are complaining about is being held accountable for what they say.
So yes, it's now worth going back to Katie, I think.
Some people who get pylons for trans.
You want control? I'll just give you the remote.
All their comments, or they'll like lock their account, or whatever.
Hands
And
free.
He just went in brawling. He came out strong.
I am sponsoring this, remember?
Oh yeah, with your book and your videos.
You know, it was really great to see. And he told LGB Alliance to fuck off, which was good. So
Weird science. The UK is now hotter
yeah,
than
anyway,
the secret
so I
sauna
went
belonging
in
to Phoebe.
brawling to, you know, when someone, a load of followers comes out and support trans rights and then gets a pylon. It's
Close
good
the
to
doors,
show
it's
up
cooler now in the sauna.
and show that transphobes that
Madness,
they're
isn't
not
it?
unopposed and they can't just bully someone into silence. And he was like, right, I've had enough of all the transphobes. I'm going to start blocking people. And he blocked a load of people, and they were all whinging about that.
What's your opinion on
But-
blocking people?
He blocked me.
It's your Twitter, you can do what you like with it.
He blocked me by
I
accident.
have to say that I agree
and
with that.
I've
If
had this
you
before. Sometimes I go brawling.
on the internet,
you know,
you
I'm
can control
writing
your
loads
exposure
of
to
comments.
things
Someone's
better than you
mentions
can
are
control
probably
it
full of
anywhere
me, and I'll
else.
reply to,
So
like,
if
60
you
people or
choose to block someone, that
and
is
also
your
I'm
right
being
to do that with
sarcastic.
your account that you own. So
I totally understand this. I've had
You
this
can
I
choose
don't
to
think-
block anyone for any reason or no reason
And
at
then
all.
I
It's your
ask
account,
someone
do as you
Precisely.
please with it.
Precisely.
DMs,
I
oh,
don't
can you just
necessarily think
tell them
if
it's
you
fine? If
care
like, if you
about
block- if at this
progressing
moment, like, I was
discussions
thinking,
that
if he's
that's
blocked me
always the
because
most
he just
effective
thinks,
means
oh,
to go
this-
about
this
it,
lady's
but you
dick.
definitely have
Like,
the ability to
I
do
don't
so
care
and
if
the
she's
right
trans
to
or
do
if
so.
she supports trans rights or whatever. She's just a dick. Like, fair enough.
I find
Yes, this
Thinks I'm a
bloke
dickhead.
blocked Katie. Is what we're at now.
I
Yeah.
can just put my hands up and say that that's fair enough. You know, I think
Well, you've
there's
already
people
told
who
the story
don't want to
perfectly,
follow
though,
the
Phoebe.
content that I have on Twitter, even if they do.
I don't do anything perfectly. Don't give my ego that much
Sometimes
credit.
They just don't like me. Fair enough. Like,
perfection for
Anyway.
everybody is unattainable unless you're Phoebe.
I
You know.
say, no, cry faces. I got caught in the crossfire.
Not a good
Anyone
habit.
knows him and wants to put in a good
Now,
word,
Katie Turf
take
was
him in faith.
hashtagging. Isn't that what it is, or trending, whatever the fuck they
So-
called it?
Trending.
Yeah.
I then made it clear underneath, by the way, if he's just blocked me for his own reasons, that's totally fine. Please don't pressure him. But I was sad because I liked watching
And there's nothing wrong with her post. I don't think that.
doing a good job of it. But then this gender critical person said,
Right. Now, this is something I've seen. Now, she's referring to this person as a gender critical person, which they probably are from the way, the comments being made. But let's not get it trending and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Now, nobody is that stupid, okay? Now, maybe once by mistake with a hashtag, but the fact that they've put it in 5 times, they've spelt it, it's been clicked, it's, I don't know. I think this person. I don't think this person is that stupid. This has to be intentional. Where they're saying, "Don't get it." It is.
look what Katie Turf, hashtag Katie Turf is doing now. Whatever you do today, please do not try and get the hashtag Katie Turf trending. That's Katie Turf. Do not get hashtag Katie Turf trending at all. Maybe Katie Turf would think about what she should think about what she's done.
Right. Now that's the point. They could
sarcasm and irony. It's clearly sarcastic and ironic.
Absolutely.
He wanted to...
I don't think they're that stupid.
They wanted to try and make it look
They
like
did the
Katie
hashtag
Turf.
instead of the at.
So there was a few people who got on board with this. Hashtag Katie Turf is trending. Turf is such a slur. I hope that whoever Katie is...
Yeah, this was quite funny where she was portrayed. Am I getting this interpretation correct? That for a while they thought that she was the enemy of trans people. Yes.
That was the whole point of what they were trying to do.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. Yes, yeah, about my interpretation.
That is the whole point.
Yeah. So,
she was some secret cis woman that had infiltrated trans people and now she was revealing herself as an actual TERF who'd infiltrated the trans movement and stuff.
To disown the association between them and this slur. So some people saw this trending and instantly were like, oh, I should support her because I support gender critical people.
Some people saw this and thought, no. Some people
Some
you
people
just said
saw
no, but
this,
and thought something, but you just said that this is exactly what she wanted. So I would have said some people seen this and our plan's working. Not they thought. It is a manipulation.
But I think what Katie's making out there is that some people who were unaware with the whole purpose of it to start with saw that somebody was being called a TERF, not knowing who the person was, seeing the slur, so therefore they automatically support the person without seeing what the whole point behind it is.
Which is exactly what they wanted to. So they thought exactly what they... So, you're thinking what I want you to think, and that's manipulation.
Yes.
I can see the point behind it. Because it's showing that the public will randomly, not knowing anything about anybody, support trans rights, which is the way it should be, don't get me wrong. But is it not, what do you call the lady on the bus to get black rights?
Rosa Parks.
Same idea.
I got some new gender critical.
I've seen this, yeah, she posted this earlier.
Which was funny. Here's someone posting a screenshot of something I said, saying, this was the day I became convinced that Monty, the reason they say Monty is because Katie is like a woman's name, and they don't want to, they need to police gender. No, you're not allowed a woman's name because you have the wrong chromosomes and your gametes...
Them damn X chromosomes again. Fuck's sake.
So in this case, it's the Y chromosome that's getting in the way.
So that's why they called me Monty, because
that's just a lazy X. Still got a lazy
Monty
one.
is in fact a TERF behind enemy lines. Hashtag Katie Turf.
Did I really just see you do that?
You took it that way. I was trying to be a representation of the actual physical chromosome that's got a small little thing hanging off the end. You took it to the gutter, okay? You did that.
I also took it to the gutter.
You did that. No, you did that. That's all on you.
You know who I am. Of course I took it to the gutter.
Next to someone who...
You want to see my video? You want to see my video?
Is different to you. That they should be banned.
Buy my book, buy my videos.
less safe,
And
less
book.
private.
Kitty may end up
I might
hating
look
us all
positive
after
here.
this,
The argument
but this
of
has been
trans
fun.
rights. If you want to maximise safety, privacy, and dignity, you are not banning trans women from facilities. Anyway, so this person.
It'd be hilarious if Katie then
suspicious
reacted
that
to
the
this
guy
video
jumped
of us reacting to her.
Oh, right. Well, I'll edit
You know,
this
there
bit
was
out,
loads
but
of
you
them
should
getting
tell her
on
to
this
definitely
thing.
do that and we can get a fake war going. I need
this
some
will be
subs.
for
Let's get a fake
is
war.
it
People
will
love drama.
confuse, like trick a load of trans people into thinking that I'm
MathPig turf.
like
No,
anti-trans
change it
and
round,
get
make
the
me out
job.
to be the evil one, you know,
So
and
they
then
said,
I
"Let
come
me
out
get
as
this
an
clear.
ally at the
There's
end.
been a bit of hubbub
Way!
involving
Call it
hashtag
wading in the
Junkshop.
pigsty.
We really need to avoid getting
Everybody
hashtag
loves
The
rolling
plot
about.
twist.
Everybody
That would
loves
be
rolling
awful
about in the
and not
mud.
help Katie Turf at all. I will try to do my bit and ensure Katie Turf does not hit trending list. Poor Katie Turf. Like I think they think that writing it more than once in a tweet like increases the number of like
Does it
algorithm
not?
points or whatever it has. As far as I'm aware, it does not. You know.
That's what we were just discussing. So, does it or does it not? You don't know?
She's
Yeah, I
a
don't know.
she's a programmer,
no
so
idea.
I'm going to take her word for it as a bit more weight than my own.
I think she implied that she didn't actually know either, but yeah.
Yes.
They got on board with this, which was. Oh, is Katie Duff trending? Yeah, that would be tragic. Oh no. Oh,
No, this was a good thing. No,
the
as I said back and forth, was it Rosa
pointed out
Parks,
that
as you
she
said?
is
You know,
the
same
GEOSAM
idea,
role,
good
and
thing, and it's a
everybody
general,
bring them
because
over
at the
to
end of the day,
they're
I'll mute
trying to sell
Kitty.
this. No.
You do a poll, right? And I've seen, you know, people in both the apologetics community do polls and people in the atheist community
Oh,
do
wait.
polls.
I sent her that screenshot because she was asking for it.
Of course you did. You're sponsoring the thing.
Oh, there you go. Even
Of
more
course.
proof that this is being sponsored by me.
Right? But no, people do polls and your poll goes out to your audience. And people will like and retweet, and that's a very limited audience, again, following down the algorithm. The good thing about a hashtag is it breaks out of the algorithm and it's promoted to people who necessarily don't follow you, don't know who you are, have no idea. So it's a better
So
representation.
random people will see on the sidebar of Twitter trending in the
Yes.
UK, and Katie
Yes.
Turf is one of them.
Yes. So same sort of idea as I said with Rosa Parks, the idea of getting it out, it's a very more open than a poll. So this is very, very good as a representation to show that the general, we're not stupid, generally people do agree that, you know, trans rights are a thing and we should have that, and, you know, it's a better representation than a poll. That's, I think, the only point I was trying to make.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey Esther for turning up. Thank you for turning up, even. And hi Maya. Hi Maya.
Pinned post saying, "Hello everyone, coming here from Katie Tuff. I'm not actually a Tuff, and here's a load of evidence and blah blah blah." So it started going really badly for them. Loads of trans people, like I think lots of the people in the chat here were joining in on it. And
Yes,
loads
I
of
did
people
join in on
clicking
this.
through and being like, "Oh, I didn't know this lady, so now I'm going to follow her."
Yeah, but again, it's a good
and
thing
then
and there's
getting
power
in on
behind it.
jokes
Now,
on
how
it.
many people are watching? I'm going to guess
And it went so badly
200.
that quite a few of them who were a different.
It was
like,
when
you know,
I
gender
got in the
equality
chat, it
issues
was
and stuff. So this
325.
one group was all pushing this idea. And a
388.
different group were like,
There we go.
"Oh,
You know, near 400
how-
people
How has
watching.
this Katie person
So,
managed to manipulate
The ability
like,
to have that
Katie
sway,
Turf?
400
Who
people
else
on the
suspects that
internet,
Katie Turf is
is
coordinating
technically
PR and propaganda?
probably about
Trying
1,000
to
people with
counteract
sway.
recent
Because
fight
400
for
people on
women's
the
rights and
internet, taking into
safeguarding
account
against
the people who are watching and not
ex-passports by
talking,
Sex Matters and for women's rights.
and also taking into account who on the internet doesn't have a soccer account, who on the internet does not have the ability to sway 2 votes, so to speak, on the internet. You know, am I the only one?
You be.
Are you the only one who
there
does or
soon.
doesn't?
Pardon?
Are you the only one who does or doesn't?
I've got fucking too many MathPigs. I branded the shit out of it. There's like 14 MathPig channels, and I own about 11 of them. You know, Ox has got one, Dave's got one. You know, there's lots of MathPigs out there.
It's standard branding.
Yes, oh yes, definite standard branding. Yeah. I had a guy at work ask me, you know, do you have Facebook? And I was like, no, I don't have Facebook. And I explained to him about MathPig, and he was like, right, well, how do I find you? I was like, go to Google. Just type my name into Google, and you will find me.
But yes, about 400 people are currently watching.
Right, well, that 400 people is at least 1,000. when it comes to the internet interactions. I would say so on average. Even if one person doesn't have one sock account, another person has not 14. You know, it's
34. I do not have 34.
no. Exactly. See, you know, you're an entire fucking country by yourself, Phoebe.
Liechtenstein ain't got nothing on me.
I'm blocked, but I
You-
thought Katie is a
you
turf
do
pretend to be a woman, pretend to be a man in disguise, but I can't. Yeah. It's just how it's just got completely out of control.
Yeah.
As I say, you'll be there soon enough with your buttery Irish accent.
My buttery Irish accent. I'm from fake Ireland. This has now become a thing between at least 3 or 4 channels. Dave's, fucking Ribs, fucking everybody's now just refers to me as fake Ireland because I come from the north.
They won't even call you Ireland soon, they'll just call you an Ulsterman.
Well, I'm grand. Look, if I can get away, because fake Ireland is more closer to the truth than whenever I be online saying I'm Irish, because I'm not Irish, and I wouldn't be referred to as Irish by anybody that knows me, because I'm a Protestant atheist, you know. I'm not Irish at all, but everyone is MathPig. MathPig is Jesus. We discussed this earlier. Yes, I'm so Jesus without the flowing locks. Right, back to
It'll be a
Katie.
miracle when they return.
Not returned. No, it's all gone. I shaved it there yesterday. Thank fuck. Did it blind. It's grand when it's yeah. Who cares about how I shave my head? Nobody does.
What?
Esther would like to know what's going on. Esther, this is a show called Turf Wars. I'm sure you've heard of Katie. And according to Phoebe, it's okay to live sniper because they're friends. And what we're doing is reacting to the reaction of this and letting everybody know that Phoebe is behind everything. Behind it all.
The book, the videos, everything.
Yep. It's all Phoebe. She's behind it all. It should have been Phoebe Turf trending.
Also, we agreed that if this goes south, which it hasn't, but if it does go south, Phoebe accepts responsibility.
Yeah, she did agree to that earlier. If anyone who didn't see it, it happened earlier. Yeah. I don't know. I think we've got 1 or 2 people that we did steal from their audience. I've never seen Kat here before. Or I think we've maybe stolen them from I may be wrong. I just have a bad memory because I smoked too much weed. But yeah, steal some people from Katie's. Come to watch the MathPig. We do other stuff except rip off other channels. This is just Phoebe's idea. I generally do better content. Phoebe's not even listening.
This is something I haven't seen.
People are like, keep posting on hashtag KTF. So, and it says here that I've determined this account violated the Twitter rules specifically for. Let's find
This made
out.
up.
Oh, let's first see some reactions. Some gender critical, very critical of gender, good faith reactions to me being suspended for.
Was she suspended?
No.
For being a
As far as I'm aware, no.
Yeah, so this is made up.
and then
Just
this
flat out
person
fucking.
says, "That's a
See, this is
Twaddle.
word."
Twitter.
Twitter twaddle.
Because someone knows that they can do this, and they didn't even do it fucking well.
Got suspended for this.
No.
They said, "Oh,
It's Twitter twaddle.
They used the wrong."
I need to get
they did
Twitter
the
twaddle
misogyny,
trending.
And the real issue was that
Try and say that 3 times fast. Twitter twaddle trending.
misogyny. Of course, because who cares when misogyny is against trans people or anyone you don't like? It doesn't matter. So let's look what I was banned for. I said, mate, gender critical ideology has done a brain rot on you. That was hateful conduct, apparently. So I got a 12-hour suspension for this.
She did get suspended.
But this was like in the evening after the whole Katie Tuff fiasco. So
So there you go. She did get
I don't
suspended
know, just stopped me tweeting in the evening, which is probably good for me.
for 12 hours.
But then they sent me an email, like just after I went to bed, saying, "We've restored your account. We apologise for any inconvenience. After reviewing your account, it looks like we made an error."
No, that's fine. That's grand. I understand
This
that.
is the 4th time that I've got a 12-hour suspension, and then Twitter has apologised for it.
Well, that's because it's an automatic
in all
response.
cases, it was for-
You cannot expect a human to
in 2
respond
cases,
to
it was for
everyone.
them reporting. Actually, how old was
Yeah.
this last tweet? Does it say July the 14th?
Ox wants to know if we can see their chat.
So that was around this Katie Tuff fiasco. Anyway, two of the previous times I've had this, they've reported tweets that are like months old. So they've obviously got.
Yeah, there's Davis Wennon saying fully automatic.
How
You know, it's the amount of people that report the tweet. If it gets the amount of attention that the algorithm goes, tick, that's 100 people have complained, we're automatically banning it. It then gets moved on to a human, and the human looks at it and goes, you're wrong, you're right.
Took the name off the organ donor register because one of them
Moves on
said
from that.
one day trans women might be able to get a womb transplant, and they're like, well, I'm not going to donate my kidneys to children then. So I signed up for the organ donation register. I recommend you all do. I made a joke about that. And they must
just for the avoidance of doubt, in England and
Wales,
Wales, it is
some
an
gender-critical man
opt-out
said he was
system
gonna
of
beat
the
me
organ
up.
donor register.
Sorry,
You do not
on
need
Twitter,
to
and I was
opt
like, "You're
in
gonna beat me
the
up,
organ
you
donor
That's
register.
recent though, is it not?
It is
He
recent, but
didn't,
Katie
and
has
then
just
Twitter
said, please sign up to the organ donor
apologised.
register. You are
Yeah.
automatically on the organ donor register unless you have chosen to come out of the organ donor register. In England and Wales, I do not know the difference.
No,
in
I
Northern
don't
Ireland,
think it's
Scotland,
up.
or other
I think-
jurisdictions of the UK.
Hold on, yeah. Talk to. I'll unmute. Hold on, sending a message.
Today, it actually happened on Thursday, but this is from Social Blade, and Social Blade updates like a day late. So I got from hashtag #KatieTurf being trending number 5 on UK Twitter their devious plan to get trans people to block me, which perhaps some did. I got 890 new followers, which is actually like that's quite a lot.
That's
It's
nearly
so
1,000,
much that I didn't
yeah.
even see on the end there,
Yeah.
like right at the end. You can actually see the jump on the graph. Like it was such a big influx in one day. My second biggest influx of all time. Sorry, it's a little bit self-indulgent.
I've got one of them lines. See this line
This
here
one
that
was
she
when
has in the
J.K.
middle?
Rowling came out,
Yeah?
posted
See there's a
that.
giant jump. Do you know what mine is? Happens to be
nice.
December the
By the way.
25th.
So I think it went quite well for them overall.
Oh, not December the 25th. That is really badly done.
I forgot this was in here.
December the 31st, actually. The Math Keeney got me a boost in subscribers.
I forgot this picture was in here.
That's a... Oh my goodness.
I did yesterday. Who's been obsessed with
That
me
is
for a while.
spectacular.
Ox, you know damn rightly
Like,
top doesn't
so
fucking
here
work.
is my head, a bit too big, but maybe that's fair enough because my head is quite big. Photoshopped onto Posey Parker, wearing a woman.
Someone's
adult
photoshopped her
reproductive
head
rights.
onto
Someone
a
put it
top
down.
designed
Be
by
because,
people who are opposed to
like, if
trans
I'm wearing the woman
rights.
t-shirt, then I'm an adult human female. So
Promoting the idea that she's
anyway,
evil.
No, promoting the idea that Katie's now an
I don't know
adult
how
human
many,
female.
like 5 or 7 or something.
Katie's got a massive head.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
Anyway, I like this one the best.
It's like one of them bobbleheads in
There
the
were some
car.
other good memes. It wasn't just from the gender critical.
If anybody
exactly
watching
what
this
she looks
knows
like.
how
I
to
thought this
make a
one was good.
bobblehead, make one for Katie, please.
And you will get
Oh,
sponsored.
Katie Turf
That's
is
an official
real.
promise.
There
You'll
you
get
go.
sponsored before it gets shipped out.
That would be the ultimate plot twist for this.
I thought this was funny.
Wouldn't it?
No,
I was secretly J.K. Rowling.
who are
Yeah.
these people?
This was an interesting
One of them was J.K.
I don't
Rowling,
know.
Yeah, I
one
thought
of
that.
was-
I was just making sure. I just didn't
Okay,
want to say it and
thank
sound
you.
stupid if I was wrong, but it was J.K. Rowling. That's
This,
okay.
this one's a good summary of the whole event. So this is like a Dungeons and Dragons person, like, oh, what do you want to do now? And they're like, we devastate Katie Montgomery with a sharp, mimetic takedown that will floor her utterly and destroy the trans movement for all time. Oh, but they rolled a 1. And then I got $890.
Yeah.
And this is one that I made. Oh, so I'm just reusing that meme. But I literally bought the coat for this meme. So I
She
think I
bought the
reserve
coat
the right
specifically
to-
for
She bought-
two.
No, this coat is from a video that she did that
Oh no, she just admitted it that she bought the coat specifically for the
A
meme.
brief summary of what happened on this.
yeah, for the
day.
meme, which is from a video about 3 months ago.
A nice man came out and supported trans rights and accidentally blocked me because
She didn't buy the coat
some
specifically for
dickheads
these
who
two
were harassing
pictures.
him.
Not for
by the
these
way,
two pictures
just a little
specifically,
note
no.
on that,
But
how
there
that
was a
works. Someone
collage she did of
said,
high-profile
"I'm
trans
woman," and
people.
she's like, trans rights.
And then
And
she
he
did one of
unblocked
her.
me,
So she's just
followed
taken
me,
those two pictures
DM'd
out, but
me
she's
to
reused the
apologise,
original
because obviously I
picture that
said,
she
like, you
used
don't
in the
need to
video.
apologise because this happened.
Artie, come on in
And then
here,
we can
Artie.
recover
Get your ass in here.
So I thanked him for standing up for trans rights.
You know Artie. We all love Artie.
Which is
Have you met Artie,
that turned out well too.
Skeptic?
I don't know. I don't know if I
And
have.
then,
I don't think I have.
Do you watch Gonna Go For It on YouTube?
Trans rights community.
I do not.
Ah, Artie's one of the co-hosts on it. he's also
They
an
got,
absolute mess
got
of a
few
man.
confused gender
So he's
neutral
very
followers
funny.
who hopefully will be exposed to my
Oh, I
content.
believe it. If you recommend
I
someone, they
think-
absolutely have to be a mess in
If it
some
makes
way,
money,
shape, or
okay.
form.
I would really
Unless
recommend
they're
Phoebe
gentlemen
times 2.
Post creepy things at me for months.
I'm aware.
No, I'm just
Always have that.
making a joke at how much of a mess she is, but nah, joke didn't land.
And then they all thought it might be a conspiracy theory that I had orchestrated because it went so badly for them.
It was a
So I
conspiracy
really
theory that they
say-
orchestrated. It just wasn't a
Oh, and then it got
conspiracy
No,
theory.
but they say
It
that
was-
Katie orchestrated the conspiracy
So even
theory.
that failed as well. So that was a really successful gender critical campaign. For
No, I
freedom
really
of
do. No, I
speech
think
and
what they did there was
content
fantastic.
there.
I really do. Back in that
Um,
100%, you know, as
I'm
again, I make that
really
reference to,
appreciative
I was
of
going to say
everyone who
fucking
joined
Rosie
in and
O'Donnell.
made it funny.
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks.
Rosie
Yeah.
O'Donnell.
People were so confused. They didn't know who.
Don't
Rosie
ask me
O'Donnell.
where that came from. No, we know where that. Just a random
Like,
spark
some
in the
them
middle of
still
nowhere.
Still posting about it now.
If you had said something like
Like,
Arlene Foster, I
okay,
would have gone
today,
absolutely ape
there
at
was-
you.
Oh no, well that's totally out there. That's over there somewhere.
Or Edwin Poots.
Oh,
So that was.
Or Sir Geoffrey Donaldson.
it's
It was
just
an experience.
madness over here at the minute.
So,
Why is this not fucking lighting?
unfortunately,
This is what you
it's
get
not
for
an
reusing
exciting
skins.
spoiler twist ending. I'm not a turf.
Well, thanks for the clarification there that you're not a turf, Katie.
Anyway, I just thought it would end on this very
Oh,
secure
yes.
message I got from. I didn't since this guy's
Right.
reading, 'cause it's-
Yeah. Oh no, this isn't the one I think of.
No.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the one where the guy thought he was bi.
Yes, you're thinking of something different. This is the final slide.
We had no interactions at all. Just came to my DMs to say, I'm a fully proud, straight, and married man, and 100% heterosexual. I don't find you or any trans women attractive.
Following 4 with no followers. Yeah, this is a real account that he did not want to be known as.
Sorry, but I'm very happy.
Okay.
If you are happy, James, why did you need to DM me that?
Oh, here he
You're not
is.
attracted to me.
Here he is.
I mean, I feel like
It's
there
the
are
giraffe. Oh no, and Artie.
people who aren't attracted to me.
How did you
Anything
describe
you
me?
need to tell me. of
Slightly a mess, but really funny.
It's a little bit suspicious. I don't find
Well,
any
Peter
friends-
describes you as a
I'm-
Trump support,
I'm not just
queuing on
straight,
loving.
I'm 100%
Cool.
heterosexual too.
Yeah, well, he molests colleagues.
And I do have videos of you secretly on my Patreon playlist. If anyone wants to join Patreon or join the members, there is a video of Artie that Peter made. If you know the one I'm talking about, that was shot down.
Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have that on the
if you're-
members.
to be
and
fair,
like,
You can kind of tell by my participation in that I had no idea what the fuck I was getting into.
No.
It's like I didn't know what I was letting myself in for tonight.
It was your idea.
Even though I'm sponsoring this.
That is not true. You were sponsoring this. You were fully aware of what you were getting into because you sponsored it. That's
Long
different.
story short, it's basically a clipped video with, and I'm not going into details, but Artie's running around with a gun, and then there's Hitler, and then there's something else, and then there's some singing and dancing. So, yeah.
There's disco music. That's what needs to be.
And there's the end of Katie streaming.
So if you want to see Artie being very a mess and very funny, as Artie is,
I
members
feel
of
like I've
Patreon-
done better shit than that, but I appreciate the nod nonetheless.
And as a shout out to the father-in-law that passed away there not too long ago, I showed him that video, and he has a running, like there's a running joke or whatever. It doesn't matter what the joke is because it makes him
Alright.
sound not so good. But I knew that he would appreciate the video, and when I showed it to him, he was in fucking stitches, laughing his tits off. So,
All right,
you know.
great. That makes all of it worth it
The
then.
dead man loved your video.
Speaking of, how are your balls?
Fully functional.
That's
More information than I needed to know.
that's more than I asked.
I don't know. I don't know if I
Transpersonal
want
levels of
additional.
TMI that we just got there. That is transpersonal levels of TMI.
The reason that I'd be very, very short because Katie's ending, so we can take Katie down now and we'll move to this. And I shall hit.
To your phone.
Oh! I thought I actually kicked a person there because I looked away and looked back and there was a face that vanished and it was because Katie was full screen and mine the same as ever. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
It freaked us all out. Don't worry about it.
Freaked me out. Skeptic, the idea is behind it about not last weekend, the weekend before that. Yeah, 2 weekends ago, my daughter, whenever I went to pick her up, came running over to give Daddy a hug, and she is. I had to buy her a new outfit the other day. She's in 8-year-old clothes. 8-year-old clothes. She's 4. And she's the perfect
She kicks like a 6-year-old.
Yeah, man, she kicked me between the legs and I ended up in hospital for 3 days.
Oh my god, wow.
And we did a live stream. Dave organised a live stream where Artie was there and we were doing... It was Dave's quiz, but I was in the hall of the hospital with one leg up in the air like this, sort of relaxed.
Sounded like a Queen recording.
It was very echoey. It was the fucking stairs, alright? It was the stairs. But
You should have shown the X-ray of your testicle orbiting your kidney.
I got an ultrasound. I didn't get an X-ray.
Was it kicking during the ultrasound?
There was no kicking, man. It was just sore. Okay.
See, that's what they say. They say that.
Well, I'll make a deal with you. I'll get your balls to 4 times their normal size, and you tell me if it doesn't feel like someone's constantly kicking you them anyway.
Hey, let's block 3 of the arteries in your fucking heart.
See, this is why we brought Artie on. 2 minutes here, stream's derailed with no idea what's going on. He's a mess of a man. Phoebe does not know what's happening. Phoebe, would you like to speak?
Well put.
Well put.
Oh, I nearly choked.
I don't know what that was, but I completely agree with it.
I do too.
I completely agree with it.
I can't say a bad word about it.
Yeah, there's too many people been talking about and looking at my balls in this last 2 weeks. It's just out of control.
Yeah.
Like.
There was very little about that to anyone but you that wasn't funny.
How's the giraffe doing?
Dusty, little Dusty.
For people who don't know, the giraffe is always on stream as well.
He's due for a tie change. He showed up in my first video by accident, and I felt like I had to make that a thing that I had done on purpose. So ever since,
Turned up makes me think that the giraffe sort of just walked in one day, stuck the head in around the camera, man.
yeah, the giraffe
Made a cameo appearance.
Yeah,
the giraffe is the result of I have an ex that there's a reason that we are together, and there's a reason that she's my ex. And she asked me what I wanted for Christmas one year, and I said I would like to have a giraffe. Because I didn't really want anything from her. And it's just, so I asked for a giraffe, and sure as fuck, she gives me a goddamn giraffe. I also asked for a onesie, and I'll be goddamned if there's not one of those in the closet behind me.
Other side of the wall, I've got a mankini. I didn't ask for it, but, you get presents, you use them.
Yeah, mine's a sock monkey. It's even got a tail it's got a great big safety pin that you stick it to your butt.
You mean
with.
a safety pin or a butt plug? What do you mean? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Pardon?
Safety, those are very different things, and one of them's more comfortable up the old.
But the way you were talking, it seemed like leaning down you were going to tell us a furry joke, and then you changed it all up again. Like,
I wish I had a good furry joke right now. That would be well timed.
Just follow it up with butt plug tail.
Yeah, see,
no,
those were never a thing. When
Phoebe
I
has
was
no idea. Phoebe's just fucking lost. Look.
When I was sufficiently adventurous,
I'm equally as lost.
What I can say is, for the first
foxtail butt
time
tugs
on
are
a
cute.
stream, I am speechless.
Artie, this is the power that you have.
I feel like that is.
It's a good thing that Phoebe already accepted responsibility for this, or I might be worried.
No, my responsibility has already ended now because the stream with Katie has concluded. So my sponsorship ended when Katie's face left the screen.
Yeah, it became the Artie show.
All I did was make a comment.
Oh, dude, we had no idea what we were streaming about. We were literally only streaming because I'm in a
Oh,
good
well
mood
then-
and felt like hanging out with people, and we ended
I
up...
am kind of the ideal personality for that.
Yeah, and Phoebe
You
suggested...
got nothing to say? I've got a lot of that.
Since Phoebe's sponsoring Katie, we thought that we'd give a bit of promotion to her because we all love Phoebe, so we did the Turf War reaction.
I did see that part of the show.
What was
You
your
were
thoughts?
watching Turf Wars, or you were watching us watch Turf Wars?
Yes.
Yes.
The reaction to the reaction. Should have popped the link in the fucking chat and stole the 400 people from Katie's and told them to come over here. Why didn't you do that, Phoebe? Phoebe, come on. You're not. That's right, because you're not sponsoring me. You're not sponsoring me.
Because I'm not a mod on that channel, and only mods can post links on that channel.
You're not a mod?
No, I'm not one of Katie's mods.
But we're fucked then, aren't we? I thought you were.
Of course we are. We've been fucked since the beginning of this stream, for goodness sake.
That's the first time that's happened to me in about 9 months.
So, Skeptic, would you like to give a wee... I think you're the only person here out of this channel that's actually streamed today other than myself. So would you like to give a wee promotion? Oh, look, she's just running... Oh, I love Space Raiders. That pickled onion is spicy. You get a wee flavour ball at the bottom of the bag. Don't go that way, Artie. Skeptic, would you like to let anyone know, for who people who don't know, because you wouldn't be a regular here, so to speak, who you are, and maybe give a synopsis or an idea of what your stream was about earlier? Floor's yours.
So just in general, I am a skeleton who does my best to provide a skeptical perspective to things. I don't like to think that I'm a debunker or anything like that. I just like to provide a skeptical perspective to positions that people probably haven't heard a skeptical perspective to. So, for example, as far as my videos, I mostly do religious content and responding to religious individuals in a way that they might not be used to. Because there are typical arguments you hear back and forth, but there are some atypical points that I think can be beneficial to bring up. So instead of going down the rabbit hole of evidence, I usually go down the rabbit hole of what do you even mean by God, or what do you even mean by these things? Because you say a lot of things, but you don't clarify what they mean. So I can't do any research to see if they're true or not, because you just said a whole lot of nothing.
Am I remembering correctly that you're an atheist?
Yes, I am an atheist. I'm actually, again, this is assuming that I can do all the things I want to do. I want to make a video about that so I can better clarify what that is for people who are new to my
pronounce the
channel.
word atheism, you're ahead of the game.
And
that's
it's
a lot of consonants.
You know, for people who don't know what atheism is, short version is doesn't believe, like an atheist. No. Skeleton, tell it yourself.
Yeah.
So it is basically someone who doesn't believe because they don't understand any sort of theological or spiritual labels. You don't know what a God is. And since you don't know what a God is, you can't believe it exists. So that's what an atheist is.
Imagine Steve McRae and Dave had a baby and they talked about God. That would be Skeptic Skeleton.
Yep. That indeed would be me.
Wait a minute. That means you're at least half of a smug asshole.
75%, but...
Well, I did say at least half.
I know what I like about skeptics. If anyone, right, making a reference point, because we're going to, everybody uses a reference point, makes things easier, stereotypical and things like that. Pine Creek, the way Pine Creek would be very analytical when he approaches videos and breaks them down and stuff like that. I would say Skeptic Skeleton would do the same sort of idea, but more skeptical. More literally breaking it down. I don't seem to think... Hi, Dave. Thanks for joining. Skeptic is very skeptical on everything. Like, I've seen him break down something that we would, from if you're going to pick sides and stuff like that, he would break something down. And then the enemy appears and, he'd break that down too. And it's like, that's wrong. That's wrong. I appreciate the way he comes across things. Dave, as I said just before you arrived, skeptic would be if you and Steve McRae had a baby and talked about God.
See, but which version of Dave? Is it Dave with the disjointed jaw and the, skeletal appearance? Or is it the Dave we all know and love?
The one that looks like Vigo from Ghostbusters 2?
Or Steven Seagal's dad.
Hi, Dave. Are you there at all, Dave?
No, I left.
That's usually what happens
Good to know.
when we insult you straight away. But we did the same with fucking Artie. It was like, hi, this is Artie. He's a mess and he's funny.
Yeah, and then I jumped in here and I said, how did you describe me? He said, partially a mess.
Partially a mess. So, Dave, we were reacting to the reaction of Turf Wars.
2 seconds.
Oh God, are you decorating?
He's fixing his curtain.
Are you
My
getting
green
your
screen
laundry
up.
down?
And Kaz's hand was here.
Looked like a shirt hanging off the line.
Oh.
I see Ox posting the links. Ox, I really do appreciate you posting them links and stuff. If anybody wants to, I've got added a few wee small things to the wish list for me and Elena's going camping soon. So if anyone wants to help out with that, that would be really good. And there's some few wee small things in that would.
I know what I'm getting you for your birthday now.
Is it off the wish list?
No.
Yeah, it's because you specifically whinged at me that I didn't put anything on the wish list that was not technical and related to the channel, and there was nothing there for me. So that's how I ended up with the Mathkini. So I've added a few things that would be slightly bad. Yeah, I swear to fuck. That's
something that can beat the Mankini.
How did the Mathkini fit?
I'm a little bigger than what Dave expected, and it's yeah. What can I say?
Something I can't do it. I've got to fix my light.
Dave probably hears that a lot, actually.
It's smaller in the dark.
That's why I was laughing. That's why I was laughing.
It's typical.
We did lose Phoebe. I sent them a tweet. I don't know what's happened. Maybe her sponsorship money ran out.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've lost her.
That's
so
what I
much as-
figured. I figured once balls came into play, that was pretty much the end of the sponsorship.
Yeah.
We got canceled.
She saw an opportunity to bail, and she took it.
But literally, as you said, that nerdy typed bounce in the chat. So yeah, it was funny. It was like he did a tweet. Done that. There you go, Dave. Now we can see your beautiful Vigo face.
I know.
She did say she had to go, but
I did not hear that.
It's because it's in the private chat.
I can't see the private chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Let me read it out loud. It says, "I got to go. Bye, y'all."
Y'all.
No, it's just bye, y'all. That's just how that, it's like a diphthong. Bye, y'all.
So Dave, we were talking about how the wonderfulness of the hashtag Kitty Turf worked out. As someone who has, I think, 20,000 followers now on Twitter.
Yeah, what kind of fucking superhero has Dave become?
Yeah, I know. He screams about bad things. He basically does turf wars and everything else, but in Twitter all the time. He's nothing better to do. He's a very boring man. Dave, from someone who understands the algorithm, we were discussing how hashtag Katie Turf would have been better than doing a poll because the hashtag can reach outside of your general audience and things like that. I was going again to say Rosie O'Donnell. Skeptic, please help me here. Rosie...
Rosa Parks.
Same sort of idea, sort of a laid up sort of thing to get attention and stuff like that. We were making a slight reference to that, but it's a
problem is it's hard to get it to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it did work. That's why it's getting credit.
It works.
Did you see the lamp this evening?
Pardon?
It's working. The lamp this evening.
I did see the foreskin lamp.
That's perfect.
Is that what's floating around behind your head right now?
No, there's a literal lamp that you pull the foreskin down.
No. I saw the foreskin lamp.
Did everybody in the panel see the foreskin lamp?
I have not.
Right, well, it's got two big balls at the bottom and a long shaft, and you pull the foreskin down.
It's literally pendulous at the bottom.
Dave, find it for us there on share screen and go on.
Yeah, you should do that. But it's not balls. The whole it's completely circular.
Oh, is it? It's just the angle.
It's just pendulous. Yeah.
It looks like it.
It does. Yeah. Well, that's the angle.
It's not fucking subtle.
So yeah, there's the foreskin lamp.
Yeah, that's
among other things.
Yeah, no,
that was probably my best joke of the day. Was what were they thinking? And I said hand jobs. They were thinking about hand jobs.
It's like the South Park episode with the exerciser.
Because you turn it off, turn it on, you turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on.
And he's not making a joke, Skeptic. This is how you switch the lamp on.
That's how the fucking thing works.
I 100% believe you.
Oh no, I'm sure Dave's looking for the video now.
And it is so much more obvious than even what you're considering. It is exactly there. You go. Oh look.
Yeah, I retweeted that and put don't give it to a teenage boy because it'd be like a
That's
old
actually not as bad as what I was expecting.
Well, that says a lot about where your mind went, man.
No, okay, quick story, because I worked as a cart pusher before, and I have seen
A what?
a cart pusher,
Oh,
cart retriever.
Oh, I thought you said
And
car pusher. I was like, do you just randomly walk the streets and help people with broken down
I have
cars?
to clean out the carts from all the stores, and people have left literal like straw cup things. Like it's literally a penis with a straw coming out of the end, and they just left it in the park.
I looked at the chat. Okay. Okay. I looked at the chat for 2 minutes to see what Ox said, and you were a cart pusher. And then I looked away, and then I came back, and somebody's put a straw in a penis and left it in the car park.
Yes, that is what I had to clean on a daily basis.
What was the name of the store?
Ironically enough, B Jail's Wholesale Club.
Oh god.
You can't make this stuff up.
Was there no lighting in the parking lot? What the fuck was going on?
This was broad daylight. I found this.
God.
I don't know whose it was specifically. I don't know why they chose to leave it in the
one-time
car.
thing. This wasn't like a thing that happened a lot.
No, this happened like once a week.
Maya wants to know how we started talking about, removable penises in carts in a car park.
Well, first of all, that song is hysterical.
I know, a detachable penis. It really is. King Missile. Anybody hasn't seen it? King Missile, detachable penis.
Such a great fucking song.
And the fact it's black and white and all as well.
Yeah, exactly. It makes me feel so old. Not only that I remember the words but the fact that the fucking video is in black and white.
And I am not as old as you, but now I feel as old as you.
I know, exactly. You're like 15 years younger than I am. I think I'm older than Dave. Isn't that what we decided the other night?
Are you 53 plus?
No, I'm 52.
Ah, well then you're the same age as Dave. No, that was last year. You're the same age as Dave now.
Yeah,
you're 53.
I'm the one that's fucked up, and I remember it better than you.
No, ask Peter. No, go and ask Peter. Last year he was 52. That makes him this year 53. Go and ask Peter.
Made me a big
He
thing.
was 59.
See, for the people who don't know, last year when Dave was actually 42, we basically told the entire internet that he was 52 to the point where Peter, who is Artie's co-host, who does graphics and stuff, great work, has done a few intros for me and all that there, didn't realise that we were messing and actually made him a happy 52 birthday video. Really well done and all the rest of it. So this year he's 53.
Well, let's be fair. Which between Dave and I looks the most like 52?
You.
You've got good lighting.
You got good lighting.
Yep, that's what it is. It's the lighting.
Yeah. Why do you think Dave's green screen? He actually looks like 70. This is all fucking OBS doing the magic. Filters galore.
Ox says, "Damn kids."
I think Dave is a handsome man, but
if anybody hasn't, hopefully
he looks my age.
Work. Oh, why? I need to fix that.
I don't know if anyone else is going to get this reference, but I think Dave is about to give the Power Rangers their next assignment.
Oh, no, I totally get that reference as well. But if you put that and Vago together, he's more Vago. Turn the green screen off and the ponytail down. There's a ponytail there. Let the hair down, Dave. Come on. Let us see the evil Ghostbusters thing.
I just saw the ponytail in the back.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta let the freak flag fly.
Once the hair's down and he looks properly like Vago, it's fucking amazing. Somebody needs to make a meme. Oh, he's got the hairbrush now. If I'm letting it down, I'm fucking making it pretty, okay?
Push the hair down.
He's just showing off, man.
I know, we're all jealous.
This is called hair.
You sure? Because it just looks like forehead from here.
Looks like shade.
Fuck you. I couldn't resist it, man. You've depicted my forehead for fucking years.
Yeah, it's the quintessential mullet.
Oh, it's beautiful.
He's all speed in the front and curtains in the back.
I'm gonna.
For anybody who hasn't seen Ox's
Oh, for
link,
Christ's sake. We're going flock of seagulls now, or what?
oh man, there is a video that's backed up on my Google Photos from like 5 or 6 years ago, where it's a really sunny day and I've wet the hair. You know, you get you dump the head because it's really warm, yeah. And whenever I've come up, the hair sort of came across like this, like a real bad comb over, and then I went and actually made it the worst comb over ever. And then I pulled my trousers up till about halfway between my waist and my belly, and it was like there. I got there with like this really awful, and if anyone's seen before I shaved my head, I basically just was like,
I have got a
He
picture.
shaved his head too late.
I have got
Too late.
I've got a picture of me without the beard from
Have you?
maybe 9 years ago,
Go on.
and it's the only one in existence since at least 1994.
Does it look like you should be on a list?
It looks like I have tiger blood. That's what it looks like.
tiger blood.
I look exactly
Oh,
like a coked up fucking. Yeah, it's me in the sunshine with I was doing it to prove a point. I had a girlfriend with beautiful curly long hair, and she said something about she was thinking about cutting her hair, and I was like, well, let me show you what it's like to see something that drastically different. So I shaved off my beard, and she had never seen that, and she's like, oh, you should keep it. And I was like, fuck no, it's cold.
I will say that's the first thing I fucking noticed when I shaved my head was the back of my neck feeling the wind like mad. It was like, holy shit, it's cold back here. What the fuck? Like,
When I had long hair when I was 18, 19. So I started.
I had long hair when you were 18 or 19 too.
Anyway, no. The point was the girl I was dating at the time. I didn't tell her I was going to cut it. I just went and cut it and basically got the head shaved. Basically shaved.
She dropped
So
you like a dead weight, didn't she?
She did not. But I just walked into the shop and she didn't recognize me.
Now you've got Vic Miller's haircut.
Yeah.
I was just glad that I did the full blown goth thing in like the 90s when there was nobody had phones and cameras in them. Very, very pleased with that now looking back.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine that went through what you've gone through as far as making the decision of when's the time.
Yeah.
And he asked me for help, and I sent him to a friend of mine that's been cutting my hair since I was 14. For those of you who can't tell, that's a long fucking time ago. And he went there because he trusted him. I was like, just tell him to take a little bit off, and until you decide that that's where you want to stop, he'll just do what you tell him to. And he did. And he got his hair cut once that week, and then 2 days later he went back and he got it cut shorter, and then that weekend he went back and just shaved his head.
Yeah, no,
like,
I went straight to the shaved head. There was no in between.
Yeah, he was trying to hang on to some for his wedding, but
Have you seen him with hair? I
No.
mean, before he started losing it, he had big fucking thick curly hair.
yep.
Me?
People have been telling me my whole life that my hair was going to fall out because it's so thick.
No, it didn't.
And I'm like, but it's not really doing it.
Did I get the wrong person in that photo?
Very fucking fast.
Hold on, I'll find some photos from me from a while back. Hey, right, you talk amongst yourselves. Give me a minute.
When you were a lad.
Can I quickly go back to the gift giving thing? I got a gift on Friday from a friend of ours. It was a Only Fools and Horses Del Boy kit. It was this plastic chain with a D on it, gold, and an aftershave that just smelled like vodka. And this is from a guy who normally sends me chilies and chili powder after an incident which is rather embarrassing, so I won't talk about it. I won't say it. All right, I will say it. We went to visit him in Newcastle. Well, but people are only going to ask. We went to visit him in Newcastle, and the other night we had a few drinks. We went out with his wife and me and my wife, and he took us to a restaurant called the Rupali. Now, I've always loved hot curry. I mean, a lot of people don't like spicy food. I loved it. So they did this thing called Curry Hell. Whether they're still open or not, I don't know. But this thing called Curry Hell, which was if you could eat one, a full one, everyone on your table drank and ate for free. Well, I had 4 mouthfuls of this, and I couldn't feel anything. I was just in terrible pain. And even the next day, when I went to the toilet, I came out that toilet with PTSD.
And so did everyone else that was in there that day.
Everyone else in there was in tears as well.
Apparently, only about 3 people have ever ate it, and then I don't know how many people have ate it now.
I'm so gonna regret this, but I need
sadistic sadomasochist.
You did that shit to yourself and the rest of us.
So gonna regret this, but I have to send them somewhere, so I'm sending them to Dave. So Dave has now got all my worst pictures ever.
Oh my god, that's like Peter's got the password to a thing that he knows he can fuck me with if he really wanted to. I'm just gonna assume that he'll die of old age before he gets around to thinking about it.
Red hair. Where's the one on the roller coaster?
Oh man, the one on the roller coaster is not red hair. The one on the roller coaster is just after I wasn't happy with my exam results, so I went out and got drunk, did the undercut, and dyed my hair purple.
Oh, that's
when you have the much.
Oh yeah, man. No, it's just like fuck it. Shit's gonna happen anyway. My exam results are either gonna be what they're gonna be. I don't care. Let's just do something mad. Shaved the undercut with the long hair down, and then dyed the bit on the top purple.
You don't have to talk to me about bad decisions.
Oh man, it was a great decision. Fuck you.
Dude, I moved to LA while Long Beach was literally still smoldering from the riots, the Rodney King riots. That's when I moved to LA. And then I think it was 4 months later, OJ drives by my house on the freeway.
What? Where did OJ Simpson come into it? Right. Dave, share your screen there, can you?
It's the same fucking year I moved.
This sounds like an episode of Family Guy.
It's not a happy story.
Let me see what's on my screen. Right.
It's mostly you and a penile implant from the inside.
From the inside.
You are the ejecta at the end of a penile implant. Oh, look at that.
Now that picture is 2009.
Look at the flowing locks.
Fucking moth.
What?
I've been attacked by a moth.
It's only a moth.
The size of a bat.
Well, at your age, it'll take you out.
Fucking hell.
Well, it was nice. It was nice knowing you, Dave.
Yeah. This is how we lost Dave.
Come on, Dave. That's like my most drunk shot that I sent you out of them all. Like, come on.
Most drunk, you're not even cross-eyed.
Little goatee, I like it.
What?
It's tiny little goatee.
Yeah, it was no. It was just a tickler and then a straight line. I didn't have any goatee. It was just a straight line plus the tickler.
Oh, what? You had a chin strap, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I had no mustache or nothing. Yeah. Come on, man. 10 years ago. That's
10 years ago, my son was 20.
This is this is one of the day I've discussed atheist, Protestant, or Catholic atheist, Protestant atheist. I'm clearly a Protestant atheist. This is from the 13th in 2009, the second last for the Protestant holidays, or the week before. This is the sin is discussing how Protestant it does be. Like that blue one is attached to a brush hung out the window.
Make it bigger, they say.
Enhance.
In Ireland,
We need to put
why did Dave say that with so much confidence? Like that's not the first time he say.
Trust me, that doesn't happen with me a lot.
Does every pavement in Ireland have rails like that?
No.
Yes, they do, because now everyone's fucking drunk. They need them.
That is a 1-bedroom granny flat place. All right. It is part of only 3 houses in the estate that were changed for old folk and disabled and stuff like that. But nobody wanted to live in the house because it was in such a Protestant area. And I was like, 50 quid a week? My ma's charging me that anyway. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
You gotta admit, that shit was funny.
Fuck Dave, alright? I'm giving clarification, alright?
That is... Rails like that are a definite sign that the government has been involved on the property in this case.
I think that's again 2009.
Yep, 2009.
That's a
Why
nice...
did you think that tiny little goatee was a good idea?
That's a chin ball is what that is.
Man, I was playing back and forth with it for a while, okay? Come on.
Back and forth with... Where else did it go back and forth?
You see, there's this thing, right? There's this thing that happens when you've got the whole chin thing and you've got that there, and then you go, oh shit, I've cut a chunk out of it. And because it's so small, everybody notices. You're like, I have to cut the whole thing now, and that's probably what happened.
Hang on, let me tell this like a man will tell it. See, those of us who have a mustache and a beard, we would get too high when we trimmed our beards, and we would get real thin on the sides, or we'd get real tight under the chin. I had a friend of mine. It was a gay friend of mine ran a gay bar. I would go there right after work, like an hour and a half before it opened, and he and I would set up and play pool and drink beer. And every time we went in, we would gauge each other's, facial hair, because that was kind of the thing we had in common. And if either of us had something on it that was fucked up, it was, you were too high when you trimmed that.
Yeah.
You were too high when you trimmed. Yeah, I was too high when I trimmed it. Or, yeah, I was drunk and I thought I could just take something off the bottom.
I've started to use now a cutthroat razor because it gives better direction, better control with just the cutthroat. Like,
I have gone to using
looks like
scissors.
there you lay in front of a council strimmer.
that is on the way to either Metallica or Audio Slave.
She related to you?
Leslie Ann would have been. I grew up with Leslie Ann. She would have been like my sister from another mother, sort of thing.
I'm impressed with the bottle in one hand and the spliff in the other.
Man, it's what come on, it's me. It's.
You look like Riff Raff out there.
You can tell it fast.
Oh, you can clearly tell.
And you got both arms under a tit. I mean, that's championship level creepery.
No, generally we were just good friends.
Creepery.
Like no. Generally we were just good friends for like 10, 20 years or so. Like long.
Yeah,
she moved to Belfast. She moved to Belfast and is either engaged or married to one of my other very, very good friends who she went with for a long time. And then I lived together in Belfast. And you know yourself, when people move away, you don't hang out as much anymore.
I'll be right back.
And who is this chap?
That is me in Amsterdam on my 30th birthday at Gay Pride weekend with my feet in a canal and also with a bottle of Buckfast.
And how fucked are you?
Not that fucked. It was just the canal had a wee run area. If you can see just where my feet are, there's some stones. So it was quite a deep canal, but they had this like wee area that you could just, you could rest your feet against, and it was like 32 degrees. It's the middle of August, is my birthday. If I could look up some more pictures, give it another 15 minutes, there's going to be a boat come down that canal with a 6-foot penis water gun on the side of it that's going to soak everybody. Gay Pride in Amsterdam was quite amazing.
It sounds like it.
They parades down the canals, man. And if you've ever seen the map of Amsterdam, it's 3 U shapes. I'm making circles, but it's a U, a U, a U. And they can all connect and stuff. So they go around the town a couple of times, and really good time. That is not me.
It's a picture of you.
It's not me. It did not come from me.
That's what it says here.
No, the fact that you dragged it in, the fact that you dragged it in for another screen, Dave, what you should have done is sent it to yourself from one of your sock accounts and made it look like I sent it to you. If you were going to troll me, troll me, right?
Far too much effort. It's Ox that's trolling you.
I thought that was from
Just
Star
pay
Wars.
attention to the chat.
But yeah, did you see Amsterdam got the very first world 3D printed? Yeah, there's also in Amsterdam as well. That's Amy. Amy was best buddies with the girlfriend that I was going with at the time. And that guy that's completely and utterly stoned off his mind in the middle with his head falling down, that's John. And John is the reason I have a daughter. It was his wedding that I needed to find a +1 for. So when I found the +1, and then me and Donna ended up dating a month later, I ended up with a baby. So
Good
that's
thing that came with a fucking story.
Yeah, I was gonna say he kidnapped. The reason I've got a daughter.
He's the reason I've got a daughter.
well, it is. He got married, and I needed a +1, so I
He
went
got
looking.
blind drunk one night, and he saw a little girl walking up the street, and he nabbed her. He brought her to my house, and now
Not totally. No, that did not happen. Did not happen. No, all right, just
It
declare
that's what I
that.
said.
Get her to leave.
It's a good
It's
thing that came with the
established.
story.
Elena is mine. She is so me. It is unreal. Okay, just let her alone. So yeah, I think that's them all, Dave, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, we've all laughed enough at my hair.
It's I made a comment to my my sister-in-law. My brother's been married to her for a very long time. I mean, I think their 30th wedding anniversary is next year, or something like that. And I made a comment to her that there was, aside from the people in my family that are of my generation, pretty much everybody in the generation older than me thought I was gay, and she was just utterly astonished by that. She had never considered that anybody in the family would think that I was gay, although that I've never been married. I have a lot of gay friends. I have brought a lot of women to and from family shit, but never married. And she was just, but you've had so many girlfriends. And I was like, you ever heard of cover? I am straight, but
Excuse me. No one's ever mistaken me for gay.
that's bullshit. I'm mistaking you for
Well, what do you think people think you found something down on day?
Exactly. It's not like we don't know you're on a fucking yoga ball.
Yeah.
I was talking to a person, right? I was talking to a person outside the community, outside of online at work, right? And we were talking back and forth about, he just found out that I had a YouTube channel and stuff like that. Oh, Dave, there you go. I sent Dave this picture. Those are really,
Oh, isn't he sad?
It was supposed to be a sad picture, but the lighting's not great on the shared screen. You can't see my curly locks. That was why I sent that one. It's got me curly locks.
You look a lot more high in this picture than you did the other one where you said you were really high.
He just
I
needs a
agree.
green
I
top
confirm.
hat.
Eyes are way more crossed in that picture.
The Amsterdam one, John, you seem to be going through a sort of John Christie phase.
What?
You're going through a John Christie phase, by
I
the
don't know
looks of
who
it.
John Christie is.
Who's John Christie, Dave?
Hang on, now I gotta look it up because I know the
Rim
name and I
and play.
On Christie. Serial killer.
Oh, God.
Serial killer.
The head is way more misshapen. That's
What? Who on? I hope you mean him, not me, because my head is not misshapen. Slightly egg-shaped, but that's a shape.
Do you know what? You
so
two
was
porn.
misshapen. What the fuck?
Misshapen.
Wait. Have you tried painting your face red and putting little horns on?
Why
just
would I
one.
have ever done
I
that?
think you'd suit a devil.
Actually, we could kind of picture it.
Yeah.
I can picture it. I can picture it now without the paint. Just add the horns.
All right, Dave, I'm looking at you right now.
I-
Yeah, we can kind of picture it.
Yeah.
Or maybe little panda ears.
I hate all of you. I'm actually looking for embarrassing photos of myself, and I don't know
We're
why,
looking at
because
one.
you're all just making fun of me anyway. You're all just being assholes anyway. I don't know why I need to self-deprecate anymore.
You'll know in about 20 minutes after this ends.
I'm looking for one picture.
We were invited here, so it's different. We're okay.
Yeah, exactly. You posted a link.
I had to find the fucking link.
You didn't have to find the link. It was sent to you.
It wasn't. You just said, hey.
Check back earlier. You'd got the link.
Like you've ever needed anything more than a hey from anyone else.
And in all honesty, Dave, are we not in the binary hangout?
Okay. Firstly, yes, okay. I could have guessed the link. Secondly, you did not send it to me.
Okay. Are we not in the binary hangout?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We are in the binary. The binary hangout is just... It's the one I use if we've got madness going on. Right, Dave, 2 more coming your way.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ah,
I just
come
want
on.
you guys to know that I thought I was going to waste this buzz tonight, and that has not happened.
No.
Between the fucking bunny ears and the... Oh, my God. This is all...
I want to make it clear how uncomfortable I am sharing my screen.
Just click the picture, Dave, all right?
Dave, you know if you lean in close enough, the bottom of your screen looks like you've got tits, right?
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
I don't know if anyone can see that, but it says, "Are we live yet? Oh, we're not. Oh, bollocks." It's me and my previous dog.
Aww.
Dave,
It's like
have
a
you got
meme.
grinding on your toolbar?
It's a good-looking dog.
He was
Hey,
fan-
Eddie. You look
fantastic
like that
dog.
dog.
Right, and last one. Here it comes, Dave. You ready for this? Here's Robbie
Go on.
being... Here, this is how much of a man's place I used to work at.
Can't get better than a quick fix. You're... oh. Where was that?
I removed it very
Wow.
quickly because it showed the name of the company, but yeah. Where was that? Hold on, I'll switch it off. Dirt, so the audience can't see, but the people... Oh, Catnip got in just before it.
Mate. To see your pulse.
Wait. Make catnip bigger.
Catnip is off at the minute, but there she's back now. There you go.
Make her full screen to us.
Hello.
He has the purple hair. Is that what you're going for?
I want to see it. That's my point.
Did you say purple her?
Purple hair.
It's layered. It's purple.
So, Artie's internet broke?
That's a damn shame.
That's what I love about the delay. Sometimes you can kick them, wait 3 seconds and bring them back, and they don't realize to their back that they've been kicked, and you get to see their reaction.
Yeah, I used to have a freeze that Peter gave me that I could throw up that would make people think that my shit had frozen, but I hadn't. My internet was so crap that Peter made it into a meme.
Junkshop's internet and computer was that bad that we actually contacted the Urban Dictionary and got Junkshop referred to now in the Urban Dictionary as when your stream or your audio breaks down and starts to robot.
Artemis brain freeze. I would just start talking and
We've lost Catnip.
We have.
He's not having good fun with the internet tonight.
That was me at the start of the stream, so I feel it. I understand.
Yeah, we all have to go through that stage where we figure shit out, like.
Artemis who?
Artemis who? He's been here for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. Oh.
I just see him. You keep seeing him disappear and come back, disappear and come back.
it's a reference to a program that didn't broadcast in the United States until I was in my 20s.
Well, Artemis isn't your real name.
Discover his name wasn't Artie.
Hold on, Artie's not your real name.
No, this is way more German, and my parents are not the brain samples.
There you go. Look, she went from outside to inside because the router's now beside her.
Yes. There's apparently no internet outside. Nobody warned me.
You need at least 2 routers. This is Wi-Fi discs is what they call them over
Yeah,
here.
you got to have the 5G on either side of your head to make sure it really works.
I was really annoyed that nothing stuck to my skin after my injection.
I would have all of the 5G.
Yeah,
I would ever
that
need.
helps, except that
Just,
you've got to have the
if I
antenna
can
lined
ask,
up.
has anyone here had their
the
second
5G.
injection? Did the superpowers kick in after the first injection or the second injection?
I
Because
have
shit won't
said
stick
many
to me.
times that my cholesterol level dropped to 130. I gained 14 IQ points, and I am no longer affected by gravity when I walk.
After you got the injection.
After the second one.
The second one. See, that's the clarification,
The
right?
first one I had some arm pain,
'Cause, like,
but after
you
the
know,
second one,
nothing sticking to me. Shit not sticking to me.
well, you gotta go skin too, and it works best if you've jogged a little.
No.
Yeah, you need to be fat and sweaty for that.
Yeah,
I thought it
have you
was
tried-
the injections.
Like, okay, maybe something smaller, like a paperclip to your forehead, like near the top. Where the glare comes from.
Yo.
See, I've had
Marty's
that.
internet broke again.
Oh,
and
man,
saying
that's
that,
my
Artie,
favorite.
you brought at least 4 viewers with you. That's how much of a mess and funny you are. At least
Yeah,
four more
this is-
people think
this
this
is
stream is better
5.
since you got here.
This will be 6.
When he hits 8, Dusty's gonna feel very sad and sore in a certain place.
Yeah, that's when I have to go fire up a pizza and go to bed.
Oh, is there an Ellie heading my way? Okay.
Kat, did you see the stream earlier, or did you just jump in for the madness?
I just showed up recently.
Thank you for
We
coming.
missed you.
We have missed you. How are you? How's the babbies? The last time I seen her, she
the
was
baby-
in a rocker, not able to move. So, like,
Yeah, now she runs through the house. She's actually on her way this way. Daddy just let her out of her chair.
Has she learnt no yet?
okay, can I just no?
She
Ignoring
knows
Dave,
what no
ignoring
means,
Dave.
but
Just
she
it sounded
can't
very
say it
prison-like. Daddy just let her out. What are you doing, baby?
Just let
Yeah.
her out.
Release the child.
Like I said,
Hello.
lots of
There's
comments
baby.
require stories.
Hi.
Hi, little child.
Ellie, I am not gonna get up and get the remote to unpause your TV, baby. I'm so sorry.
It's not a happy story about the Kiwi thing.
Is that Pokemon behind you?
Yes, that is Charmander.
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 Looks like
Is that
Maybe I
sad
know
that
the
I knew
TV
that was
pod,
Pokemon
honey.
from a fireball and a leg, and I don't even like Pokemon?
Yeah, see, you see fireball, I see projectile vomit of a Bloody Mary.
This is why I was correct. He is a mess and he's funny.
It's
Who-
different, different directions from the same.
Dave had a baby. I see Dave's baby.
Yes, that's
It's a funny looking one.
yeah.
Just to check the results of the poll that we were to have earlier. Coming in at third place is open mic night and bring a topic. Nobody wanted serious talk.
How about bring a topless?
Second point. Second place. Sorry.
Suffolk?
Second from the bottom, which would be third place, was rip off Dave's quiz. Because nobody wants to watch Dave's quiz as it is, so why would I rip it off? So that was second from the bottom. And then the top 2 was react, fuck it all, let's get drunk. So I think we did that with Turf Wars, and now we brought Artie in. So we're doing well. We're covering the poll. Hopefully the
You
poll
fucked
worked.
up.
20 people voted. What I should have done is went hashtag MathPigTurf.
Here's
should
the
have.
worst
You
thing,
should
though.
have.
Oh
The
no.
worst thing is though, you would get. I don't think you'd survive it. I think you'd get slated as a turf and kicked out.
Kicked out of what? Right.
I don't remember this from the other night.
No, this isn't from the other night. This is from tonight.
No. This my question is: was it left ball?
Right nut.
See, I think most gentlemen hang lower to the left, and the left one catches more.
You see, this is the question, not
Motion.
this is the question I had with Dave, because like women, it's always one breast bigger than the other. With men,
Yeah.
it's one nut bigger than the other. And I never really thought about it, but there was always one bigger than the other. And now I can't remember if the right one was bigger originally, because it is now. And now I'm confused. It's like, did you step up?
Well, does it feel different when you manipulate it?
I don't flick my nuts that often. I don't know what you're
You
into.
said it was fully functioning. I'm not going to ask you how you knew that.
All right, well, Dave, now you're in charge.
Yes, Dave's in charge now. Dave's in charge. Wi-Fi cut out there for a minute. Sorry. Didn't hear what you said, Artie. Go on ahead, Dave.
No. You did that to me. Let's not turn this into the other thing, because you told me that it was fully functioning, and
Oh!
oh
Dave-
God, am I back? Oh,
He's
To
returned.
be on the other side, masturbation has great health benefits. It reduces our prostate cancer.
Yeah, and
For
if
one.
if you're slapping your junk against, that's also science worthy. Let's hear the results.
See, I
That's
think the
rude.
daughter thing is a lie.
That's the
Yes,
show
we
me the
already
baby,
discussed
not the-
this. Jones kidnapped her and give her to me.
No,
me the
not
baby.
that
Now she
daughter
won't
thing.
leave.
The daughter kicking you in the nuts. I think you were doing something kinky.
I think he was catching the kid. I think the child had been thrust and thrown at him, and it was his responsibility as a responsible father to catch this child whose leg just happened to slap him in the nut.
Honest to fuck, she was outside. I arrived at her mother's house, walked into the kitchen, set my bag down.
Mom threw the kid.
She heard me, seen me coming in, ran in through the back door and ran at me. I knelt down, picked her up, lifted her up to give her a hug, and boom. And as people know the long story short, and Artie does too, he's just having fun with me being kicked between the legs. It was actually an infection that caused the problem. She just actually triggered it with a small kick. It wasn't that much of a kick.
It sounds like something that's perfectly innocent and absolutely possible and entirely likely, but that's not where this is going to end for us.
No, you're going to dig a hole where I look like a fucking asshole.
What he's saying is he's got really weak testicles, and it just took a tiny.
No, he's got really big testicle.
No, just one. Thank you all for coming. It's been a wonderful night. Love yous all.
Just out of interest, Robbie, what was the maximum size? Size of a football?
No.
Without using a tape measure, I would honest to God say that it probably tapped out at 4 times what it should be.
No, ma'am.
So is that a billiard ball or more of an American baseball or?
Or
Phil Mitchell in your stack.
Oh man, my ball sack was huge. Trust me, it was discolored. It was stretched that much. It was nobody wants to know, but it was not.
I don't want to see pictures. I just want to.
No, there is no pictures. There is literally not a single picture because out of the entire weekend.
There is no pictures. There's a single picture.
Yeah,
no, honest to fuck. Honest to
Who
fuck.
believes that fucking lie?
No, man, you can check my Google backups. I swear to fuck, at least 20 plus people seen my balls that weekend. I have no reason to share that with any more people. All right.
No, that's not what that's about. That's about recording history.
It's not recording history. I do not want to remember that. This is one of those incidences where I'd say it's okay to delete that part of history.
I have pictures of me having every one of my heart attacks. I have pictures of my face with both abscesses. How do you not get a picture of a
Oh man, I've got me
baby's
with
head
the
coming
worst.
out of your crotch?
I've shown Dave a picture of me with shingles, and my eyes are swollen, everything's swollen. I look like I've got leprosy. That's fine.
That's fine.
Everybody's
fine.
had leprosy.
Everybody
We're
gets
talking
leprosy.
about testicles.
No. And in all honesty, there's a bit. It was so sensitive and sore that you'd have had to just like strip naked and aim it from a long shot, and it's.
I don't think, based on what you've said,
Can we
otherwise,
move on?
Any of that
Can
was
we
necessary.
move on, please?
I'm pretty sure you could have just plopped it out in your lap.
Sitting at no. I was literally for 3 days wearing my kickboxing bottoms that are deliberately longer in the bit so you can kick higher and stuff. These things I've had for a long time. There is massive dick room in them specifically for doing martial arts.
Who else wants to know about the kickboxing bottoms?
I did kickboxing for close to 4 years.
I want to hear about the pants, not the kickboxing.
They're jet black. They've got 2 green stripes down the side. They've.
No.
Do you know the way?
What
Do you
made
know the
them
way? Have you
particularly
Have you ever just went home and put on a pair of what is it Americans call them, jogging pants or something like that, just to feel comfortable?
I'm gonna say yes.
Right. Well, these are the same for me. These are like the best, most loosest because the legs are wider. The crotch room is
Oh,
wider.
then you would love almost everything that I wear.
These are basically like something that is 4 times the size of what you need it to be, but the waist fits.
Again, you would love everything that I wear.
I don't
You
know.
especially love these. In fact, I'm thinking about sending you a pair because I think I paid like $17 on Amazon. So given the shipping, that's like what, 40 quid?
He's gone. He's gone.
Bastard.
Where'd he go?
Can
I don't know. He
just
just
say,
got up and left.
Oh, they're in the
He
wash.
probably went to go get his pants.
They're in the wash. They're in the wash.
Robbie's testicle pics were only recognised by astronomers because it was like comparing Jupiter to Earth.
Did I hear that my testicles were compared to Jupiter and Earth? Can we move on?
Yes. How many freaking heart attacks have you had? Only one of them was a freak.
What? You talking to me?
Well, at least you know you're not a teenage boy, because teenage boys who masturbate, their sheets have the same molecular construction of poppadoms.
Frankly, I'll be
I'm
entirely
lost.
honest.
What
I'm
did I
really
miss?
glad. I'm really glad that I was 41 when I had my first heart attack, because if I had been 31 when I had my first heart attack, I'm not sure I could have gone 2 hours between a nurse coming in and a nurse leaving without administering to myself. But at 41, I didn't give a fuck. All I wanted to do was sleep. Bitches wouldn't leave me alone. Every 2 hours, are you kidding?
Have you had open heart surgery?
No. No, but I have 5 stents.
Where'd they go in?
2 of them through my crotch and 1 through the armpit, which was really weird, as it turns out.
Funny story is you were talking about previous I was going to say medical experiments, previous medical administrations. We were talking about that injection I got that you said you used to get quite
Then there was
regularly.
the abduction where I was probed.
And you mentioned that you used to get them quite regularly. When I went in to get the injection for, the corona, the woman's like, are you on any medication or has anything happened? So I told her, long story short, and give her the medical thing, what it was. And he told her I got the injection, and how it was. And she was sitting there and doing the paperwork, and I said, and she just went, oh, that hurts. And I was like, yeah, it fucking does. Yeah, it fucking does.
Yeah, when I was
It was fun at the very end of it. She just to make a funny story, she was like, "Have you had any blood problems lately?" And I goes, "Apart from the testicular epididymitis," and she just burst into stitches laughing. It was like, yeah.
When I was recovering from hemorrhoid surgery, which that is the most pain I've ever been in my life. There was a woman in there who had 6 children through natural childbirth. And she and I had the exact same surgery, as it turns out, because that's the kind of shit you talk about when you're in a waiting room at the proctologist. and she said, I would happily give birth to a 7th child with no drugs before I would ever go through that surgery again. That's like, yeah, the drugs didn't work for me either.
I have no idea where this conversation has ended.
Oh man, if they'd have given me
if I can just say, do you know what I'm going to say? Right? Do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it in the chat, and everybody should sub to that channel for better content than this. This is Skeptic Skeleton's channel. We another shout out for him. Definitely, this is better content than here.
Thank you.
I'm
just watching the madness. I'm not even participating.
I know, man. I'm just sitting back going, what has Skeptic got to say about this? What the fuck are we doing? So, Skeptic, this is your first impression of Artie. Yeah. Doing well?
Yeah.
Would you believe that Artie does debates?
I can very much believe that.
And is good at them.
Yeah, that's the shocking part, is that I'm not a complete babbling idiot.
Dave, post fucking...
Yeah, I was going to say the good at them part is the part I'm skeptical about.
I think on Artie's channel,
should be.
there is only one video in your channel where you either hate a woman or are fascinated by a woman or something. What is that?
Stalked a woman?
There's one video in your channel where you're making fun of a particular woman.
Oh, there's there's a couple of women that end up targets on my channel.
And I'm not saying that as a misogynistic thing. I'm trying to say that.
Yeah, it's not because they're women.
I'm trying to make a reference point too. He picks on this crazy Christian woman or something like that.
Yeah, there's a flat earther who also thinks that she was one of the originators of the original giant trees myth.
Yes, she's. I'm trying to trigger something which I think has happened, so that's why I said it, not because he's a misogynistic clump.
Yeah, no, I keep seeing people that are doing things like, oh well, the Mandela effect. She was another proponent of the Mandela effect. She's also a screaming anti-Semite and racist.
Yep, this is the particular person I'm talking about. What's her name?
Daphne Rimmel.
There you go.
Rimmel? I think it's Rimmel, but I keep pronouncing it Rimmel.
You have a love-hate relationship with her.
Yeah, no, I had to give her up because she went from the things that were easily made fun of, like the shit I just mentioned, to now she's what I didn't know at the time was that she was a vegan, which isn't inherently funny, but
it is if you're a cosmic skeptic.
Given what she does now, it's hysterical because now what she does is bitch about the people that were telling her what she should do and what she should eat as a vegetarian. And she's like literally viscerally angry at these people for what they did to her while she was eating vegetarian diet. And it's psychotic. The amount of anger that she has for these people, it's like she'd left the church, except that she just left a shit church. She didn't just... I mean, you can be a fucking vegetarian or a vegan and eat just fine and be perfectly healthy, but she didn't, and she's angry at everybody but her for that. And that's just not a thing that's funny to make fun of. It's just funny because it is that.
What I find funny now is that you can buy processed vegan meat. And they have no problem eating excess sugars and numbers and all this here. That's actually, I use the word actually. Come on, broad stroke and all. Don't take me literal at my word, but you know.
Yeah, and don't use literally. Otherwise, I get fucked up.
Ah, yeah. But you know what I mean.
I read recently that if you eat two,
I would have more problems eating numbers and processed food than I would have eating meat. Like, I can see the genuine argument for veganism.
Oh, yeah. There are.
Yeah, I just love the taste of meat, and it's better for my job. It's better for the way I live.
What's the valid argument for veganism?
I'm better off eating the meat than I am the salt that's in the fucking
I didn't say it was valid. I said that I can agree with certain arguments.
Well, then you're saying it's valid. That's why I'm asking. What's the valid argument?
Is there a valid argument for the ends justify the means? One person could make that. Doesn't mean that it's right.
Well, as I say,
I use that because I know Dave is very fond of sometimes using them.
Shove that up there.
All right, go on ahead, Doug.
Yeah, if you eat 2 avocados a year, you actually do more damage driving your car for a year.
Well, not where I live, because I live within.
Oh, this is the thing I've got at the moment. You want to talk? You want to talk?
Avocados.
I will talk shit about fucking recycling. We should not be recycling.
Should not is not a.
See, there you go. There's an argument.
Systematic. There's one thing we should be recycling: aluminium. That is it. Everything else, it is more. We are burning more CO2 to recycle it than we are.
Okay, but there are other considerations.
Hold on. Can I ask a question? Hold on.
Now there aren't.
I want to ask a question. No. I want to ask Dave one question. Sorry, it's my fucking channel. Shut up the fuck right.
No. Plastic is brilliant. Plastic is something that's fucking fantastic. Right? The problem with plastic is not the use of it. The problem with plastic is don't throw it into the fucking sea.
Yeah, you can't bury it, but you can't let it go into the water.
Do something with it. Okay?
Right.
But don't forget, plastic is a resource of oil that we're running out of.
Dave, can I ask? I'm really dying to ask Dave a question here on my own fucking channel.
Go on.
Really, I hit the mute all button twice and it's not fucking working, Dave. You need to sort that shit.
Is it not shit?
No.
I have to check that. I haven't tested that in a while.
I'm sorry. I was acting like I was muted.
What's the question?
What's the question?
The question is, in my mother's kitchen, underneath what we would refer to over here as a breakfast bar. I think Dave would understand what I'm talking about. It's like a wee small bench just off and we are a wee breakfast bar, so to speak. And
it's a posh name for it.
Pardon?
It's a posh name for it, but sure.
Well, there's the table in the middle of the room and then there's a fuck off. Doesn't matter what it's called. It's always going to use the breakfast bar, right? You're from fucking Liverpool in England and speak like you're the poshest of us all.
He's
Anyway,
the fucking money back.
point I'm trying to make is underneath that breakfast bar there is a big ass plastic sort of bin. You know the one I'm talking about, Dave? Like a blue-black one with the handles on it, yeah? And all what would be recycled goes into that, and when it's full, my father takes it to the bottom of the garden and he fucking burns it. Because he's like, it's a waste of time. They spend all this fucking energy taking it across the place, and it'll probably end up in fucking Taiwan being burnt anyway, so I'm going to burn it now. And I'm randomly picking a country, so don't fucking shout at me for saying Taiwan. I'm just, the point that I'm trying to make is, he's like, I'm going to burn it at the bottom of my garden because it's not going to end up recycled. It's going to end up burnt anyway. Is he right?
The problem with that, my argument is about CO2.
And would he release less CO2 taking that cardboard to the bottom of the garden and burning it?
No.
Mine is about groundwater first.
Shut up, Artie. Shut up. We're trying to be smart. Shut up.
No, there are two things to consider. For where I live...
Right, this is because mute all doesn't work. Go on ahead, Dave.
Right. The issue is your fucking council is going to is fucking running all the stuff to collect the stuff.
Sorry, Dave, all I heard was all the stuff and the stuff. Sorry, Dave, all I heard was all the stuff and the stuff. Could you start again?
Your council is running trucks to collect it, is running stuff to recycle it, is running stuff to ship it. Right? The problem you've got is that doesn't go away if you burn the stuff.
No. The guy still comes.
Overall,
yeah, he's adding to it in the overall. But if he actually went to the bin men and said, don't bother coming here anymore because I burned my recycling, and they stopped coming, it would be better. But the fact that they do that on top of him, right, well, that's fine.
I mean, the other argument as well, paper recycling, cardboard and paper is a perfect example of what we shouldn't be recycling now.
Cardboard and paper is what he burns most of.
We should be putting it in the ground because it is a carbon sink. But we're now pretty much in the UK. I cannot speak for anywhere else.
Are you advocating for me driving up the road and having a scrap piece of paper and a scrap piece of cardboard and fucking it out the window because it'll end up biodegradable in the ground?
Yes.
I wouldn't go that far, but sure.
I would.
If we're taking it to the extreme, come on, we're going to be an asshole here.
It's better than burning it.
Honest to fuck, man. I throw my cigarette, right? If I'm smoking, this is a wee bit of cardboard at the bottom rather than a filter. I use hemp papers, so what is left at the end is a piece of paper and hemp, and I throw it out the window of the car.
Run your paper through a shredder and dump that in your garden.
Where if I was actually smoking a cigarette, I wouldn't throw a cigarette butt out the window. Pot! I wouldn't throw a cigarette butt out the window. I would put that in the ashtray and empty the ashtray into the landfill.
Actually, I've got into arguments about throwing food. If I'm eating an apple outside, I will chuck an apple cob.
100% definitely agree with you. Any biodegradable waste that you're eating, bread.
I live in the city where Johnny Appleseed was buried. Of course you do that.
Artie, what was your issue with groundwater?
Oh God, where the fuck did that come from? I didn't even listen to it. Who's listening to Artie?
You booted him for it.
Yes, because he was talking shit. He's now lost his track of mind.
Was he?
Oh, my problem with groundwater. Yeah. What you do with plastic and how that affects groundwater, and how you create plastic and how that affects groundwater is an issue here.
We've got a Belly Tally report here. Hold on, we're going to open up a Belly Tally report.
It's not just what you do with the plastic after it exists. It's how did you get to the point where you have plastic. And I'm all about, I fully recognize that there are legitimate, as of now, uses for petroleum that we don't have substitutes for.
Belfast
Telegraph. Everything that we do have a substitute for,
the problem
we should be using that.
Belfast Telegraph is blocked behind
wait, shut up a second. Let me
No, it's my fucking channel. Stop doing that, David. You're not allowed to talk over.
You can't jump.
Yeah.
Right. And he's gone again.
Thanks, Dave.
The issue is that most of the plastics and things we do right now are a byproduct. And the chemicals will be produced. Whilst we are using it as a fuel, the chemicals will be produced anyway.
Right.
Yeah, if we quit burning it.
In Northern Ireland, this is a report from April the 5th, 2021. Thank you very much, Noxum. She's even tagged you with the same report to tell you to shut the fuck up. In a 12-month...
Even when I'm
fucking talking, right? Everybody's gone. You're all gone now. It's all me. Just shush, right? It's all me. You're all gone. Around 10... Oh, you seriously just can't help yourselves, can you? You're both getting special treatment, right? And you think you're immune too. Everybody be quiet. Around 10,000 tons. Are we live yet? Are we live yet? Are we live yet? Yeah. Around 10,000 tons.
Catnip?
Catnip's there. All right, shut up a minute. Fuck's sake, it's out of control. 10,000 tons of material left out recycling was incinerated in a 12-month period. 22% of household waste. This is Northern Ireland now. Thank you very much, Noxum. 22% of household waste was burned. 95,000 tons was collected and 11% was rejected and sent for energy recovery. Now I'm done. Yeah, go on ahead, Andy.
Was any of that burning turned into electricity?
Yes, usually.
Probably couldn't tell you, because if I want to know anything more, I have to pay a fucking pound to get past the paywall. For
almost certainly. I mean, in the UK, well, some of our stuff here goes into Wales, into plants. The problem is they're not fantastic plants if you burn waste.
When I lived in Indianapolis, what got burned got turned into energy. I live in Fort Wayne, where there's only 300,000 of us, and that's not what happens. It just goes.
The problem is, like I said, that energy recovery from general waste is dirty as fuck.
We do a good job here of collecting methane from our landfills, however, because we did such a shit job of sealing them that the only way to dispose of it is to collect it.
At the end of the day, I hate to do it because I keep getting into arguments with people about it. Right now, we need more landfill.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
No, you do.
No, we don't. Dude, we have states with 8 people in them. We got plenty of landfill, dude.
No, but you're not using it.
The fuck, we're not.
Well, you're not stumping everything in the
We hollow out mountains to bury shit that your country won't fucking bury.
Dave.
We got states. Utah is nothing but a fucking dumpster.
Oh, no, Utah, that's it. Turn Utah into a dump completely for the whole country.
Yes!
Is that anything to do with the fact that a lot of Mormons? Or
No, it's just because the federal government the federal government still owns probably 90% of 7 or 8 states.
I know, I thought I was right, dog.
It's land that we could buy, we just don't because it's shit.
What are your thoughts on lithium mining? There's such a high demand at the moment, and it's basically sort of like fracking, where they just
I think it depends on where it comes from.
Okay, but I would say my concern is more about cobalt than lithium.
Well, I say the high demand is making it's so much more environmentally damaging.
Yeah, it's like I don't think gold mining is in itself inherently bad. It's the amount of arsenic we dump into the fucking ground to separate the gold from everything else that's bad. I'm using that as a parallel. I'm not using.
No, I understand that. No. I get where you're coming from. But then, you see, I come into the whole. You see, but then there's a problem I would have where you're going to slam down one particular thing with the amount. Say, as you say, with gold, with arsenic that gets dumped into the ocean and stuff like that there.
Yeah, eventually it's going to get there.
Right. 2 questions I have for you. For the amount of computers in absolutely everything now, could we do without gold? And second of all, can you show me a way of getting that without it? The problem is that we have a demand for it. We have a need for it. So this, I'm not going to say is a necessity, but what are we going to do without it? Can you produce something, even if it's not financially viable?
We can get gold without arsenic.
That's what I'm asking you. Can you produce me a way of doing that?
It's far cheaper for us to pay people in Africa to do it to get it with arsenic than it is.
But that's
So
how it
it's an
comes from. That's
economical
how it
thing.
comes from
That's exactly
Australia,
what I
that's how
said.
it comes from the United States.
Yeah, provide me a way that's
It's
better.
not just poor countries that are dumping arsenic into their.
Right, well, that's what I said.
groundwater.
Provide me a way that is better and cheaper. And the reason that it is happening now is because it's cheaper. You can't provide a better way that is cheaper. And what is winning is because it's cheaper. We're ending up with arsenic.
We can't get it out of the ground faster than to do it that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with gold is that it doesn't tarnish, which makes it ideal for electronics. Which
I don't
makes,
tarnish it either. I just age like a fine wine.
Well, you don't conduct as well as gold either.
Have you touched my fingers? Magic hands, man. Magic hands.
I'm getting creeped out.
I'm leaving.
I want
to creeped out. He said, "Smell my finger."
Don't know where that
Yes,
went, but
am I
I
the
felt
only one?
creepy myself, so I'm...
I was gone for 2 seconds. What happened?
It got weird.
Artie got real creepy.
I did.
The baby
I could
brought me
believe that.
popcorn.
That was
Popcorn and recycling. Go on ahead, Artie.
I got a wet elbow from a dog.
Okay, now it got really creepy. What we were talking about is the fact that the demand for gold is so high that we have to do it a fast way. The fastest, most economical, and I say economical meaning cheapest, way of doing that is by outsourcing it to Africa and dumping a load of arsenic. Are we correct in that?
That is a cheaper way, except that technique is used here and Australia.
Okay, regardless, is that the fastest way to get it out? Because
Yes.
usually what happens is the nicer way to the environment takes ever so slightly longer, because things are complicated. You know?
Yeah, if you try to get the little bits out from the rock that it's in manually, it takes a lot of beating on things and picking out the gold parts. But if you dissolve it and then collect it from underneath chemically.
So what we are trying to come up with then is basically a solvent for gold that is okay for the environment after use.
If all gold deposits were in lime deposits, that would be fine because we could use water.
They're not. So what we're looking for
That's
is
why I use
so
the
we're
word
not.
if
So we're
when I
not. So we're
started
not.
that
So we're not.
sentence.
So we're not. I'm just going to keep over talking you cunt. So basically what we're looking for is a solvent that is as good as arsenic, but is good for the environment with its after products. Is that right? Chemists in the audience.
Oh, no, you don't even need that, to be quite honest. You can use the shitty techniques, right? But you need to do it in a way, again, that's that is, you've got to put a price on it.
We've got to either find something else that works.
Or but when is
What I'm trying to ask is, okay, the arsenic method, I generally don't know about this, okay? I'm not too sure.
Alchemy is what we need.
Alchemy, yeah, fucking goat, right? I'm generally unknowledgeable in this. I do not know about how gold is removed through the process of taking it from ore
you kill
to...
someone and you rip the fillings out.
Shut up the fuck a minute. Before I lose my trail of thought.
It's not even just that it's arsenic. I think it's like arsenic or arsenic cyanide. It's but it's like arsenic cyanide.
What I'm
it's not
asking,
just cyanide. It's horrible.
What I'm asking.
Well, arsenic's in cyanide.
Am I going to have to remove the whole panel because Dave can't fix the script?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
But Joseph Smith used to be
Wait
able
a
to
fucking
do that.
second here. I haven't done anything wrong this time.
No, but I can remove.
Popcorn.
It is just easier to remove everybody than it is to pick them out.
I agree with you. That's not fair.
He goes first. I'm a dictatorship. Fucking deal with
have
it.
to say to go?
Can I finish?
Yes, Mr. Trump. Go ahead.
MathPig is a sovereign state.
You could
The demand for gold. You see, there you are, Kat. There you are. You see, you did something there. She has to be justified and kicked too because she talked over me as well. Now you feel better. Making the arsenic method, say for talk's sake, illegal or unlawful or whatever way you want to use that phrase. You know, with like, can't do it now. We're going to tax the shit out of you if you do it. So it becomes then more economical to do it.
Or you'll have to clean up.
Oh,
after
you seriously shut the fuck up, right? Making it more expensive. Is it still a better way? If we took money out of it altogether, is it still a faster way and a more productive way to produce gold? And I'm asking Dave specifically because I'm expecting him to give me a genuine, decent answer. Dusty, be quiet. You're muted, Dave.
I wasn't listening.
Critical questions all over again.
What was your question? So he does it to me, so.
Oh, shit, my face.
My jaws are sore, man. Dave, the question I was asking was, regardless of money, even if you go to the point of making it more financially expensive by taxing, say for toxic, the arsenic and the cyanide route, if you took money out of it altogether, which produces...
Can anyone hear him?
You
No.
motherfucker and your secret backdoor commands, alright?
Remember that thing I said about giving Peter access to shit he shouldn't have access to?
I'm gonna cry. Sorry, what was your question?
Oh, that was fucking. Oh my god, that was so good.
Right, that. By the way, that whose fault was that? I can't even see who said it in the chat to do it. It was Ox.
Ooh! Right, we will do a little bit of pushing the goalpost and I will blame Ox for that, motherfucker. Right. Dave.
Kudos, Ox.
The question was, if you take money out of it watching the mute symbol, I will kick you from the street. I'm hovering over the kick button, not even remove, the kick button, okay?
Right over your right nut.
Fuck off, right? Taking money out of it, time for time, does the arsenic method and the cyanide method produce more gold faster than the more environmentally friendly method?
Yes.
That's the only thing I was trying to say, you motherfucker.
But what you've done is literally said, if we take the money out of it.
Yes, but that was the point I was trying to make, that even if we make it more financially expensive right now, people wouldn't do that because it still produces more gallon for gallon or tank for tank.
Here's the reason it gets more expensive is it's because it has to be mechanically removed, which
is there no other way?
Because it's not magnetic, it would mean that people have to do it. So you would have to pay humans to do a thing that we're doing with a chemical.
No, that's bullshit. Now you're talking shit, Artie. I'm going to kick you because you're talking bullshit.
Also, Robbie,
you don't need a human to smash things. You can smash things with a fucking hammer.
But it has to. You can't remove it from the dust with a magnet. You have to do that digitally.
Did you just go Stargate Atlantis on me? We moved from analog to digital with absolutely no reasoning behind it whatsoever.
I meant literally digitally. Digital.
Can I steal that? Can I
There's
steal that?
many trillions of dollars, pounds, euros, wherever you want to put it.
I guarantee you, if a human
at the moment of gold.
Guarantee you, if you need a human to look at what is in the dust to physically remove it, then you can train a fucking algorithm with a camera to look at it even quicker because gold will stand out more than dust, and you can get a fucking computer and a robot to do it.
Oh, so if money's not a problem, it's not the chemical that's the issue, it's the what?
Your mama says what?
No, if the chemical is cheaper, but we can do it with what you just described, what's the problem?
My problem was your statement that said our choices were chemically or get humans to do it, and I'm like,
no, I'm acquiescing to your better.
Oh my goodness, that's a big word. Go on ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, I know. It's just I'm very proud of you for reading.
But now that that's
source.
where we are, is it about the money, or is it about being allowed to do what you can do?
Well, this is the point that I'm
money?
getting to. This is the point in the question that I asked Dave that he flat out gave an answer was, if
Hey.
money wasn't an object and money if money wasn't an object, if we took the technology that we have now, could we? Oh, you're gonna. I'm just Steve. Sorry, Steve. Sorry. Could we, Dave? Using the technology that we have, if money was not an object, because money doesn't exist, we're in Star Trek, whatever the fuck it is. Do we have the technology to train an AI to pick out gold to replace the situation that Artie says is the only problem that we have over the chemical one.
No.
The chemical one will always produce more bang for your buck, so to speak.
Well, no, okay. You just gave an idea of a technology that's still potentially 100 years away.
We've got AI. No, hold on. We've got AI computers now that can diagnose cancer.
Yes, we don't have AI computers that can sort through all the cells and pick the gold atoms out.
But you can.
Wait, hold on. Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? When the fuck did gold get cells?
It can be mechanically done.
You were talking about cancer.
No, I'm talking.
It physically cannot produce more.
You are mixing metaphors, or you're backtracking to cover your ass. Gold does not have fucking cells. It's not alive. Shut up. I'm right. You're wrong. It's my channel. I'll kick you. I'll kick you. Look, it's still hovering.
It physically can't produce more gold because you're talking Midas now.
I'm going to be really fucking... I'm going to be really... No, I'm going to say this, Dave. I'm going to say this, and then you can say something. What? I'm going to break it down really simple and say, okay, I'm stupid, and I may be wrong in this, but if we had everything from the gold ore, right? And it's crushed down with mechanical hammers. I'm not wanking. Yeah. Crushed down with mechanical hammers like this, broken down, all the rest of it, into micrometer-sized dust, right? Would there not be a way of putting an electromagnetic radiation, as in a wavelength of light, and seeing a light bounce back off gold that would not bounce back off anything else?
Yes.
And then we could use
that is eminently doable.
And we would, and then we could use an AI computer.
Okay, the question there. No. You leap forward. Okay, you've solved it. We've already got the technology to do exactly.
I love the way you say I solved that. Yes, I'm smarter
AI.
Than everyone. Yes, I solved it.
What I don't know is gold unbound? Is it chemically unbound in the ground?
Right. Well, you see, that was the problem I was going to get to next. Was how do you separate that gold then from the dust? Because if it's all the exact same size, you can't use a sieve. As Artie pointed out, I'm backing you up here.
You just bounce the light off it. We use them in all over manufacturing.
You
bounce the light off them.
Yes, but we've identified it. We've identified it. You know, you can identify, you know, a Trump supporter in a crowd of 1,000 people because he's dressed from top to bottom in fucking MAGA outfits. How do you remove him from the crowd without wiping everybody else out? That's the only way to do that then is chemically. No, the most productive way. The most productive way. Right, so you've identified all the dust and you've identified the gold.
The cheapest way, not the most productive. We can get
That's
the same
a lie.
amount of...
I don't think you can have the cheapest and the most productive. I think cheapest and most productive in a capitalist society go together. You go with the most productive way, the cheapest way.
No, you're
If there was a cheaper way of doing it, you would do that.
That's the way they're doing it.
Yeah, so productive
it's
and
cheaper
cheap.
to use chemicals like cyanide than it is to mechanically separate it.
Yes.
So they use chemicals.
Yes.
But if money's is no object, we can get the same amount of gold mechanically without introducing cyanide to any part of any of it.
Yes, but productively in time-wise. So I'm saying the cyanide arsenic way.
But no, that involves...
Shush. I'm going to ask my question. I'm going to slap your ass. I'm going to slap your ass.
That's the money part.
No, it's not the... No, it's down to the time part. What Dave mentioned earlier.
Only matters
the demand. Oh, I'm totally just going to do that. Dave, fix the mute all. If I need, randomly pulling numbers out of my ass, if I need 100 ton of gold per day to match the demand for the world, and chemically doing it will produce 105 because it's, you know, quick and this and that, and the mechanical way produces 105 in 2 days. So I then end up less than what I need. Money aside,
twice as many mechanical things.
You just need twice as many mechanical things. At the end of the day, mechanical will win out when we can move enough earth through it. Because don't forget, what you're talking about here is
I know you're saying twice as much mechanical, but chemically can do it in, say, an acre. And
No. Chemically, no, forget chemically. The chemical bit when we're talking about chemically,
we're not going. No, the point I'm trying to make is look.
No, you're not. You're missing the point.
I will remove myself.
Just listen to this point, Brooke. The issue you're talking about is the arsenic is the second, is the second part of the process. The first part is them getting it out of the ground, where they separate chunks of gold that is then refined using the arsenic technique to just get the gold. If you're going to do it mechanically, you have to shove hundreds of tons of soil through something to extract tiny amounts of gold. Okay? And that's the point. I mean, we are going to go to this. The thing you are talking about, we will go to eventually. Because we will get the technique to just be able to bring along a truck that you just dump a load of soil in and it just goes done. Right? And all the precious metals will be sorted into trays of tiny amounts. Right? But the point is, we're not there yet on the ability to process it through anywhere near. Just grind it up and process
that
it.
Shit out of the ground. You can't leave cyanide in the groundwater. Fracking is bad enough, but at least they're not inducting fucking cyanide to poop out the.
I mean, the most interesting thing. If you want to know where the most
fracking, to be fair, brain sample. But can't we just resurrect Joseph Smith to before he became the Mormon leader? He was a divine.
Look, if you can stick your head in a bag of stones and see some shit, then you're the man.
If you can stick your head in a bag of stones and see shit, you're delusional.
Mike Pence was this close to being that guy.
Right. I don't know. I think we've been going for quite a while. I've been kicked from my own stream by Dave a load of times.
But anyway, there's one thing I want to talk about since you've brought this fucking stupid topic up.
I didn't bring a goddamn thing up at all tonight, ever. It was Phoebe, then it was Artie. I have no responsibility for this stream. I'm literally just a host.
The thing
I was invited to join something that had no subject.
Here we go. 2 6. Oxford got the stat on it. 62 tons of ore to recover 1 ounce of gold. Would have to do it in throughput.
This was meant to be getting drunk and talking. What happened there?
To be fair, that's some shit.
Right.
That's some shit.
One more thing is the future tech that to watch. I want to invest in something that's going to make a difference. If the tech can get there, is ocean mining. The amount of
join the oceans. Are you seeing that, everybody? Dave is advocating for killing fish. Okay.
Hypersonic separation.
And Artie is living in a sci-fi world. So just all right.
No, do that shit with fucking corn now.
Here, in all honesty, man, I've seen sound waves hold a spider floating in there.
Yeah, no. I saw somebody say that that's how the fucking Egyptians built the pyramids, and I wanted to beat them.
I didn't even get a chance to fucking say goodbye. Skeptic Skeleton, everybody, seriously, I'm gonna post his link again. Man's very undersubscribed, and that is definitely not the fucking link I was looking for. That's like 422 characters long. What the fuck did I copy? Oh, the Belfast Telegraph link. That's what it was.
Oh.
Give him a chance. Watch the fucking videos. Very good. He's very analytical. Breaks it down. And gives a true idea of what skepticism is. A lot of people in this community call ourselves atheists and skeptics, and we're just mouthy fuckers. He generally is very.
I took way too much.
He's definitely a mouthy fucker. We all agree.
Yes, seriously, I'm just a mouthy fucker. Copy this link. And now you've just thrown me off altogether. I hate Artie.
My fault.
Yeah, no, I pasted the link
into
the. I hate Artie.
It's my fault. You can't fucking paste. Yeah.
Thank you. Has anybody anything they would like to say, promote, push around?
Critical questions tomorrow.
Hey, invite me, you fucker. You still haven't invited me for like a month. You promised.
I don't remember. I panicked. Right, I have. Can you come on? You can, come on tomorrow if Jeff's not on. Jeff doesn't know if he's going to be on.
Right, well then just text Jeff and go, I have a guarantee, and get Doug on, because Doug's never been on. Jeff will not mind. Jeff has been on literally the second most times on your quiz show ever, and it'll take the pressure off him. Just be straight with the guy and say, we've got Doug.
Toss that salad however you want to.
To be honest, Robbie, he knows I'm a liability.
Oh, you're gonna
I'll say
fucking
how
say
it-
your audio's no good and just back me down from sticking you up on a pedestal. Sorry, I'm gonna knock that pedestal down. Don't have Dog on. Fuck Dog. Get
Wow.
Jeff on. Jeff's better.
Man,
That's why he's been there.
Awesome.
Why would you
Yeah,
not
it's
have Jeff
great.
on? Why would you not? He's literally been on the second amount more times than anyone.
You're arguing for me not having you on.
Don't have me on, motherfucker. Have Dog
Can we
on
go
then.
back to your ball?
No.
No. Right. Questions tomorrow. I've got Crafty, Phoebe, Robbie, Jenny, and either Jeff or Dog and Purple.
In all honesty, you could have 10 people in your fucking quiz show. You're just too lazy to make scenes.
Oh, shit.
No, that's not why I can't have 10 people. If I have 10 people, I'd manage 3 questions.
He's only got 9 friends.
He generally only manages 4 questions, so we lose 1. Okay.
7. I manage about 7 questions.
I think.
If I add
No,
more people-
no.
I think
Yeah,
of
but
the
you-
of the of the
You've got to
questions.
know that when your questions are things like, oh, if your penis had to be a colour, what
Yeah.
colour would it be and why?
Name 4 things that you think rhyme with pizza. That's not a question.
User,
Artie's going to be on next week.
Yeah, the late ship.
well, I think we've had enough. This is just, I don't know what. I'm just all gone mad.
It's far too late.
I feel the
To
magic.
be fair,
You don't
Robbie, it
feel-
was all going well, drunk and talking nonsense until Dave come up with all this serious.
Fucking Dave and his serious shit. Well, let's go against serious shit and go watch Knock and Brett Keane have a conversation. That is in no way going to end up serious or make sense in any way.
I think Dog and I feel the magic. I don't know what you guys have got a problem with, but Dog and I are feeling it.
I just can't take my eyes off Dusty the way that they have that tie swinging. I'm wondering what's behind the tie.
I know what that feels like.
I'm wondering
coming
what's
from
behind
you.
that tie, you know. Thursday, all going well, I'll have Kendon Fur, F-H-A-R or F-A-H-E-R.
Yeah.
He is...
Are you going to get Knock in the after party? Or
If Knock appears. I what do
or
you want me to do, put
Nathaniel?
a fucking gun to his
Yeah.
have a gun to their head and say,
Nathaniel.
right? Kendon
El
is
Baño?
Kendon is from England. He is he would say, I don't know, conservative over right wing. He does have an Israeli flag hanging behind him in his streams. 600,000.
Christian.
No. No, I don't think he is.
It does in this country.
Say Kenyan from England.
600,000 strong on TikTok. He's a TikTok massive on TikTok.
600 strong.
So he'll be on Thursday, all going well. And other than that, I have, we just wing it here. This is why it's the stay, you know. We all roll about in mud. Stop cheating with your dog. That's not fair. So he's cheating. Knock.
He loves me more than you do.
I would say so. You're the one that licks his balls.
I'm the one that saved him from the abuse.
Of me licking his balls? I don't know if that was abuse.
Yes. Now that you put it so bluntly, yeah. It was all we could do is to separate your tongue from his balls when I took him home that day.
Wait, I just phased out. What did you just say?
Artie is licking his dog's balls.
He
after we
started
go
some
off.
shit, so I finished it.
He fucking shut it down. Hashtag MathPig turf, so I can get picked on Twitter and not give a shit and just annoy loads of people. And other than that, go watch Knock and Brett Keane. I'm sure that'll be a dumpster fire.
At
And,
a brain sample.
brain sample.
Can I quickly say for a Trump-loving, QAnon following Dilbert, like Brain Sample's a quality guy, and also just
I
because
love the
you
dumbass
into this-
motherfucker cunt of a thing. By the way, I'm not talking about Artemis. He's a good guy. And then moves on to the conversation.
but also in the UK, the so-called Freedom Day, where the fucking wankers.
Should I play out with the Patreon? Oh my goodness, does Dusty spin? Oh, I just could slightly turn down.
Carl and Eddie did it.
I thought it was, we called it Dusty twice tonight.
He spins. The fuck I did.
Watch the
He's
fucking
Jeffrey.
video.
All giraffes are Jeffrey.
That's also bullshit because this one's named Cletus. I'm literally wearing a
millions,
t-shirt
says
of a
Jeffrey,
giraffe
all under one
named
roof.
Cletus.
You're not the same giraffe as last night.
Right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna end on what would be Patreon content, but totally contains Artie, and it may get the stream taken down. But who gives
Fuck you!
Who gives a fuck? All right, who gives a fuck? Hangout should have it. Far right
Blow out
screen.
your ears.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Look at the image. Oh my goodness, the audience can see it and the rest of us can't. But this is the thumbnail for this fucking video, right? That contains Artie.
Oh, you can't show that.
Yeah, dude, that's not gonna
It's
work.
not repeated
You cannot
streams
do
taken
that.
down.
You cannot do that.
It just gets streams taken down over and over again.
Yeah, you cannot.
Oh my
Way
goodness.
too many. No,
You
can't
may have
do that.
already overdone it.
Yeah. You might have already fucked all of us.
I don't care. It's been fun. Who knows? Who knows? I don't care. We're here for the fun. We're here for
It
the
is
crack.
funny. It's not tragic, but it is funny. I mean, it's funny.
I mean, it's taking the piss out of it.
It's literally taking the piss out of it. It is taking the piss out of it, just to be clear.
If
And
you think that
nobody
there's
yet
something
has
funny
said
to
the
be done-
N word. So that ends in I,
Yeah.
not the other one. So it's fine. We won't get taken down. It's just a
Piazzi.
Pizza. Pizza what?
Yeah, it rhymes with Piazzi.
Pizza what?
Pizza.
Pizza what? You can say all you want, man. The fucking desktop the desktop audio is muted. Nobody's gonna fucking hear you. There you go. Scream it now. Do you feel? Get it out of your system. There you go. Okay, it's out of his system now. Right. Yeah. So everybody, thank you very much for coming. Absolute random stream. I've had fun. It's continued my good mood. So that's all I was really aiming for. Thank you to Phoebe for sponsoring Turf Wars and the
Phoebe
book
was a great sponsor,
and the video.
I think we should. I think we should all.
Oh
put
man, that's
something
what we
for
were
Phoebe
talking
in the
about earlier.
sponsorship.
You
Come on,
missed this.
come on.
You missed this earlier, Dave. She made a yeah, she made a thing, and then we ran with it, and she now has a book and videos, and she's going to go to North Korea and hand out her NSFW videos and see how long it takes till she gets arrested. Sponsoring everything. She works with Bezos, not Bezos. What do you call that other big rich guy? Funding everything.
She's going to become the next god next to Kim Jong-un's dad.
Yeah.
It's been a mad night, and that's exactly what I was aiming for. Thank you everybody for coming. Artie, love you.
Love you too, you pig.
Dog, love you. Dave, sick of you.
You too.
Yeah. You're an arsehole.
I love you because of the shine off your dome.
Oh no! Seriously, have I? Oh, I don't know yet.
Now what'd you do?
What?
Right, keep talking for a minute. Keep talking for a minute.
Keep talking for a minute.
Right, tell me about when you were.
Everybody keep talking, keep talking for a minute.
Yeah, no, seriously.
It's not a minute yet.
I haven't fucking
can't
finished.
stop talking. You said talk for a minute.
This man can
Stop
actually
talking for a
sing.
minute.
Right, this is the thing. I'm going to put my trust and my faith, which is probably absolutely the most
misplaced.
stupidest thing I could
Yeah, that's not
probably
the
do.
word you were looking for. Misplaced.
Have you not actually set this video up yet?
No, seriously, man, I haven't. I had the
What's
wrong.
that red? What's that red stuff at the top?
I'm going to just. This is not working out for me. Why is this? I am actually having a fucking Steven Cider and Port moment.
Apparently so.
I have it on the
You did live.
There's it there. Dickhead. Absolute dickhead.
Calling me dickhead.
I'm a dickhead.
Oh, I'm not gonna disagree with that.
Right. Everybody, do please mute. If you don't, I'll just fucking remove you from. Do you know what? That's probably best. I'll bring you back because I don't trust Dave at all. So, on that note, everybody, thank you very much for coming. And yeah, we'll end on my new intro that I've had for a week and a half, 2 weeks now, and still haven't put on my computer. So, thank you all for coming. And on that note, we will say Bye.